The Slayer has been activated.
I can never rule as king, so long as you are the only one they fear.
Hello, hi, howdy, konnichiwa.
Hello.
What's up? What's going on, man?
Nothing. Let me lower the music
Okay. In the game?
in my game.
Yeah.
Could have did that 10 minutes ago, but just realized now.
If we don't do it live, it's not real. It's just we got to bring
That's right.
the level of realism that people expect.
Hey, Chad, how's my mic volumes? Is that all good?
Oh, and I think your mic is not that one. You can put that one back up. It's that one on the side, I think. It's the
Right.
other one.
You guys hearing me good? Nice.
I'm seeing
Okay.
some sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I did some jiu-jitsu earlier, so my
Nice.
face is extra red today.
I love that. Your
Yes.
doctor's going to be like, I thought we talked about this last week. You're like,
That's right.
we did not.
When you get older and you exercise, you turn red.
Yeah,
what
that's
happens.
just what happens. It's true. Both the good and the bad. You're like, that was really funny. And now I'm beat red. You're like,
Exactly.
I did anything
Exactly.
physical. Now I'm beat red. So what's been going on, man?
A little too much sugar in this coffee, but it's all good.
Ooh, is that that vanilla latte one?
That is from our machine. You've had our machine. It's okay. It's
I mean,
it's
for
not
what it
that bad.
is, for the fact it's on demand and it's just down the hall.
That's right. It could
not bad.
be worse.
Yeah.
And it is free. But yeah, man, it's been a good week watching people play the game a ton. I got a little agenda today.
Oh.
I definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, I am gonna prove to people the power of the accelerator.
Oh, I
I'm
like
gonna-
it. I like
I'm gonna
it.
demonstrate that live on stream because I think people are sleeping on that gun.
Agreed.
And yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's been one of my favorites for a long time. So I think with upgrades, it's just super powerful. You do need to be on your game to keep the fun flowing, to keep it topped off with ammo. So you gotta pepper in your melee strikes there to get that
True.
that stuff going. But it's
Because that thing does eat ammo because it's shooting as fast as it possibly can, right? Yeah.
It does. And
Yeah.
a little secret, we're working on a tunables update to increase the ammo capacity of the accelerator just a skosh, because I feel like we could probably, based on the data, people have asked about like how we make these little adjustments. So like, you know, we have the anecdotal evidence, you know, watching people stream
Sure.
and people's comments and stuff like that, which I'm always listening. But then really there's also just data, you know, like
Yeah.
looking at, and we don't do the thing where it's like a multiplayer where it's like, oh yeah, you know, people are using this too much or that's,
Right.
it's more just like in playing. And then honestly, for myself, like doing a nightmare run at home, it's like, and I've played it so many times, but I do think that like to make it a skosh more accessible, because the theme of the gun is just a hose of fun.
Yeah.
And I think in order to make that a little bit more approachable, we could probably bump up the ammo just a tiny bit. And so look out for that. We will have we promise we'll have a post and we'll go into details right on time, of course, just as before.
Because we're
I'm
talking
curious.
about the active tunables. We're not talking about the like first big game update just yet. We're talking about the active tunables, the ones we've done I think twice now, and we're gonna do one
Yes.
more maybe this week, right?
Yep,
Nice.
those are very easy to do.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Evan Eubanks and the incredible team of programmers that did. They made it possible that we could do like little updates like that.
Yeah,
And
it's sick.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's great to be able to respond, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's on that note, we're also going to, part of that tunables pass is, so right now there is the brink of death, and everybody knows about that system. It kind of saves you, and the higher up in difficulties you go, the bigger cooldown it has. So it's going to save you less often, and on lower difficulties it saves you more.
Yeah.
And so we're going to right now, the much like the Cacademon's bite in Doom Eternal, which was not on the brink of death list, so that made it a threat. The Pinky bite is not on the list, and it's pretty vicious, and it's a nasty little bite. But I think until we get to call that out a bit more with a little bit of a sound cue to warn you that he's about to bite you, we're going to put it back on the brink of death list. So it will still bite hard, and it will still kill you, and especially if you're a nightmare, you know. But it's no longer on the list of attacks that bypasses the brink of death list.
I see. That's smart.
Yeah, we occasionally will select an attack to just say, hey, you know, it's like a little spicy pepper, like, hey, make this one matter. Yeah. You know, and when Ryder's knocked off, I mean, he's fairly defenseless, but if you get overly aggressive, we've all experienced this. Like, he will kill. Yeah.
You do that, like, you think you have like 3 melees and you have 2, and then you're like, uh-oh. And then the bite comes and you're like, well, I deserve that. I was right in front of him. Yeah. That's fair.
Absolutely.
That's totally fair. No, that's good.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. I mean, it's funny. I started my, over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I watched a ton of movies, but I also started my Pandemonium run, which, man, like, totally unexpected. I thought I would easily get to Siege losing 0 lives because I've done it so many times. Because like you and I were talking about last time, like, especially when we had the press build that we were getting ready for that press tour, it was basically, you know, the levels up to Siege. So I was running that so constantly. And brother, let me tell you, the sweat, I was just being too aggressive and playing just too regular nightmare mode that I didn't lose a single life until I got to different places in Holy City. I was just doing dumb stuff, like exactly like what we're talking about. Like, okay, you know, the secret encounter, the top left one in Holy City where, you know, after you take down the Titan, you know, it's the Gore nest, like the tree, right? So with those pinkies, I was just like being way too in their face because I was just I knew the cycle of where everybody spawns so well. And brother, so I died there and I was like, all right, big mistake, real stupid. Let me start that over. Got past that, no problem. And then I made 3 other mistakes to the point where I was literally on 0 lives. And I was like, if I die in Pandemonium the first time I try this on Holy City, I'm never going to forgive myself because I've done this level. It's one of my favorite levels. I love that level so many times. And then, of course, finally just played right, played smart, played more defensive, used the shield saw for never leave fodder on the field before you're even taking care of some of the bigger guys sometimes. I mean, like we talked about, there's high priority targets like Arachnotron's always going to get the shield as soon as you see him. Even Mancubi, ones that don't have armor, like just stop whatever they're doing from being a problem for a minute. Same with like maybe like, you know, Nightmare Imp, some other people like Nightmare Stalkers. But so I got through the sweatiest run for some reason of Holy City I ever have, and then got through Siege, one shot, got all 3 extra lives back, which is funny because Siege is a million times harder because the way harder. Yeah, the morale encounters in that are like legit the first time you get like hyper tested, you know what I mean? And then got through Siege 2 no problem, got through Abyssal Woods. I think I'm on and Ancestral Forge. That's pretty far. Yeah, so now I'm on, what is it, Forbidden Plains? Is that what it is? And that's where I paused for the week. But you
shut down the Arachnotrons with the shield saw throw. You don't
immediately
charge. Yeah, me too.
Immediately.
I see a lot of people, it's interesting, like they will shield charge the Arachnotron, which makes sense.
Well, to get in close, I guess, to do, because they're pretty weak, right? Yeah.
If you're rocking a super shotgun, that's a bit of a counter, you know, so that will definitely like, you know, lay some waste. But yeah, no, I do see that a lot. And I'm like, dude, man, just shut them off. Yeah. You could shut them off like a faucet.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Like all that hit scan that's just nailing you. Like, don't have your shield up blocking it. Just stop it from happening. You know what I mean? Just freeze them.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's, that's good. I caught half of the Minecraft movie. My kids were watching it. I got to watch the rest of it.
You watch it at home or you guys went out to go see it?
No, at home.
Nice.
You know, we're just checking it out. Dude, I'm so behind on everything. I just feel like I'm not.
Well, it's because you were in hermit make this game mode, so you know it's hard to break out.
It wasn't even until like the reviews came out and I heard Moist Critical say aura farming, and I'm like, oh, that's a funny phrase. And dude, that's all I hear now. Like, apparently, that's the phrase of aura and aura farming, and now I just hear it constantly.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, I gotta get back in touch here. See what's going
You're
on.
like, I'm so out of it that I never knew aura could be used like that, or farming aura was a thing. It's actually funny
Yeah.
you say that, because since even before that, I've seen a ton of like just the Slayer from Dark Ages, just like aura farming. It's like one of the
Right.
biggest like used things for when people are just like worshiping the Slayer and how cool the design is. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
Somebody said Slayer aura farms in every cut. You damn straight he does. That's all he does.
That's right. Yeah, here on Gen X, we're learning one stream at a time, these things, guys. That's what we need everybody here for. I'm seeing, so there was a lot of chicken jockeys being thrown out, which obviously is one of those Minecraft moments that like brought the theaters down to the point where they, they had to start doing, what do they call them? They
Yes.
were like almost like sing-along theaters where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you can just be yourself and be a lunatic and yell out loud and not act like you're at a theater. But I've seen people in YouTube chat, they've caught on to Pinky Jockey, which is accurate technically.
That would be awesome.
There is a Pinky Jockey. That's the rider. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be totally awesome. It's a pretty our stream is educational. We learn stuff.
That's
Like
right. Goes both ways.
That's right. They
Yeah.
teach us words.
That's right.
Poggers or whatever we
Oh
learned last
yeah.
time. Like,
Poggers was a big one for us.
I don't even know. I don't even remember what Poggers is. You taught us. I learned what it was. I know. Chat. What is Poggers again?
Yeah. Let's get a rehash, because maybe it's changed. I see a lot of Pogs and Poggers being thrown around.
At this point, they're gonna be like, dude, nobody says Poggers. Yeah, Keck W. Like that was. See, I don't remember any of these things.
I don't remember that one.
Like,
I remember seeing it. I don't remember what it means.
Yes.
Poggers is basically awesome. Thank you, Pate Guy
Okay.
from Twitch. Thank you.
Yes, we're asking
Okay.
you what it means, and you're just saying Poggers.
And maybe that's the correct response.
That's right.
Pole Bear fan on YouTube says Poggers equals something good. I like that. Nice and simple.
Good, I'm down.
I like that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
I'm super down for that. So
And then somebody just did KEWK and it's like, it's that meme of the guy like laughing so funny, but somehow they did that with the Doom guy face from like
Right.
93. And I'm just like, I think you've answered it, but now it's another, I have more questions than answers.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any shot we can get change the weapon swap to make it a bit less punishing. Yes, in certain instances. So listen, the design story of the game is all about, it's not about weapon switching this time. And if we give you, I don't mind skillful tech. Like if y'all figure out some strafe jumping version, of weapon swapping in this game, I think that's super fair. And I see people dominating with it on streams, totally fine. I do think that as long as it's like, skillful enough and not just like an oopsie on our part and super brain dead easy, then yeah, we totally leave that in the game. And so far, seems like as I monitor it, I'm talking to like a couple of different people about it, like seems super good. And but there are some instances where like certain animations, or we're gonna make sure that it's all up to snuff, that there isn't any kind of like silliness going on where like you are, where it feels unfair. But it is a game about, it's not about hot swapping weapons. So but yes, I think in a future update, we're absolutely looking at that stuff. The Berserker bug, we're definitely fixing that. Yes, I've been asked that many times.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
just want
that's
everybody to know
slated for the first one, and again,
Yes.
timing on that TBD, but sooner than later, and not kidding. So, not this
Yes.
week, but hopefully not much longer after that.
I also heard, chat, that Pandemonium had a few little weirdness, and we will
with like level
look at-
start and finish kind of stuff.
Yeah. Totally
Saw some of
being looked at, guys. So
Yep.
thank you very much. Yeah, we're just listen. It goes from about 300 people playing your game internally during testing to 3 million. So it's very good, and we just want to make sure, just like with Eternal, we spend that first year, just polishing the experience. I don't know if anybody remembers the toxic swimming tick rate was a little offensive. Y'all kind of freaked out about that. And
Wasn't it also like, couldn't you not dash underwater at first? Or am I making that up?
I think, I don't remember. But I
Yeah.
just know that like watching people on stream lose all of their lives because there was no cap, so people would go in there with like 7 lives, and I just remember them like freaking out,
just drowning down there. Yeah, that was
holy
bad.
cow. Okay, sorry. Like that was rough. No,
These people need air, as they say.
Yes, and they have very short patience for losing their extra lives, you know, in a way that they feel is unfair.
Especially like you said, back in Eternal, they could have like 20, and they're just like, it's like watching the lotto go against you. It's just like all the numbers are going down. You're like, what is happening?
No, 100%. So yeah, lots of little things going on. There's more, but I think we'll just save it for like an official post. But yeah, we're excited, you know, to do that stuff for you guys. Have you been able to? I know I said last week that I was going to try to get into some expedition. I ended up starting another Nightmare run. So that's all I'm doing right now is playing Doom the Dark Ages again, which has been the story for the last 4 years. But, did you mess with anything this weekend?
I watched more stuff than I've watched in a long time. Saw 2 movies in the theater, 3 movies at home.
Which movies?
In the theater, I did The Last Mission Impossible, whatever it's called, Final Reckoning.
Yes.
I did Friendship, the one with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, which I forgot, honestly, the last time I not only saw a comedy, but a comedy that made me like laugh out loud a lot in the theater since like...
I heard that's hilarious.
It's real good. I mean, you have to love Tim Robinson. I think I know he rubs people one of 2 ways. Either like you think everything he does is hilarious, that's the camp that I'm in, or you hate him and think he's not funny at all, which is not the camp I'm in. So if you're in the camp where you like him, I think there's nothing but good times to be had in that one.
Tim Robinson?
Yeah. It's like from I Think You Should Leave, the Netflix series. And he used to be on like Saturday Night Live a long time ago.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And I also found out that he has the exact birthday to the year and the day that I do. So now when I forget how old I am, I'll just look up how old he is.
How is the Mission Impossible?
The first 30 minutes are like parody bad. They're really weird and bad. And then it gets to Mission Impossible, and then it's good. You know what I mean?
Just Tom Cruise just hurling himself off of buildings.
Trying to kill himself in ways that somehow you thought that he's already done these, but he finds more ways. The next one
is just him hurling himself into a turbine engine of a 7. That's it. That's the movie.
And then like he's reappearing on the other side, and
somehow, I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get like hydrogen colliders involved or something. I don't know. We got to do something. We got to get crazier somehow. Even though he says he's done, I don't know if he's done.
Yeah, he did say that. I don't know. I don't know if he's. I told us to chat last time that the style of the game is very much. It always has been, but this game in particular is based on '90s action films, Tony Scott films. Certainly, Days of Thunder being one of them. So we are fans of Mr. Cruise for sure.
Yeah, and I mean. He's kept the industry and everybody's putting those movies on a payroll for a long time and kind of on his back. So kudos to him for that. Because
I've met him twice. He came to Guillermo's house for Pacific Rim. Him, Ryan Reynolds, Tom Cruise, Ryan Reynolds, and then I'm gonna screw this up.
I'm just gonna start
Ryan
naming.
Gosling.
Oh,
Ryan
shit.
Gosling.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was basically like a parade of people who my wife finds attractive. But
That's so accurate. You're like, everybody my wife would like to meet, but I met them. It was just me only.
Yeah, and they were all super cool, and Tom is as intense in person. I was drawing at my Wacom tablet, and I look over, trying to act cool, because, Tom Cruise just walking through, no big deal,
Yeah.
And then I turned around, and he's just got that gazer beam.
Yeah.
Just the way he looks into your soul. Like I was like, hello, sir. It was cool, and he was super into it. And then we met him at Blur once.
Oh, that's cool. Was he just doing? Was he just like kind of seeing what you guys were up to, or
Yeah. They're always in VFX chat. It's cool because you're kind of sitting there in the room, and every once in a while you overhear some interesting conversations or get to meet some interesting people. We had Sylvester Stallone come once, and because we did a little bit for his last Rocky movie, and they told us like, listen, he took the time to walk around and get to see everybody, and he was really, really gracious. But they were like, and then once you go to work, don't bother us. And dude, I totally snuck down there and watched. I was like,
you had to, yeah.
I had to.
Like Schwarzenegger or Stallone, it's like, come on, that's the highest level,
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. I only
There's-
met Tom Cruise once, and he was, I can't remember what he was shooting. I think it was like, did he do Jack Reacher movies, or am I making that up? Was that one of the ones he did? As
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally.
kind of like
He
a
totally
Mission
did.
Impossible, but not Mission Impossible spin-off thing.
Yep.
I think he was
And I hear the
shooting.
show's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have like, I think, even different seasons with different actors, because it used to be the guy that was in The Office and that was doing the Quiet Place movies, but then they switched it to a guy that apparently people say looks a lot like Doom guy. I don't know what the actor's name is. But
Yes,
the
I get
new
that all the
Reacher.
time.
Have you heard that?
People are
Yeah.
always sending me that. Yeah, I would if there was a but how did you meet him?
Oh, just because he was. So I was working at the New Orleans Public Library at the time, and he just took the whole thing over and was shooting there. But he was like super sweet. I mean, way shorter than I thought he would be in person. Like I never felt taller in my life, but it's also like you said, like when you meet him, you're like, did that guy just see my future like through my
Yes,
eyes?
yes.
Like he's intense, but he's so nice, super nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know who would make chat? I think a good
Ooh,
Doom guy
casting? What do we
would
got?
be a young Mickey Rourke before he is whatever he is now. So like
That's a good call.
yes,
Yeah, in
there
all
was a
in all
period,
ways.
there was a sweet spot of Mickey Rourke, like slightly pre-Sin City.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Mickey Rourke fan.
Same.
Again, now he's like, there's a lot of really cool people
Mm-hmm.
who are no longer cool at all. And if you say at one time they were cool,
People don't
people
believe
like-
you, but it's true.
they're like, you're insane. That dude was, and he was.
No,
Mickey
yeah.
Rourke was really cool.
I
And
mean,
because
I feel like he was one of the few people that I remember. He tried like legitimate professional boxing, like got his ass beat, like legitimately
Yes.
beat, but he wasn't like doing the like celebrity thing where you just like fight some old retired guy that like used to be great like 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Like
Right.
he was just trying to come up in, I can't remember what weight class he was, but I was like, yeah, this guy is that kind of guy. He's just like, I'm going to do
Yeah.
it. So he legitimately tried to go through professional boxing, and he didn't do great, but it was amazing that
no,
he was trying.
messed himself up pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
well, there's that motorcycle accident that was bad.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think in the '80s. But you're right,
I
man.
would-
There was
I-
a sweet spot.
who else chat? Who do you think?
There's Michael
Would make a
Shannon's
good-
shout out again. I think maybe now a little.
Jake Paul as Doom guy?
Who? Jake Gyllenhaal? Oh, Jake Paul.
Shula,
Absolutely
Shula
not.
on YouTube says
Shula,
Jake Paul
how
as
dare you.
Doom guy.
To jail,
Chat.
Shula. To jail.
What are we saying, chat?
Going to jail.
Like- Carl Urban as Doom guy, I dig that.
Oh, yeah, I
I
mean-
totally dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Bautista, sure, I guess. The Rock, I don't know. I don't
Bruce
know about The
Campbell
Rock.
again. There's a sweet spot there.
Dude, I would totally. So people
Yeah.
have actually called out. So first of all, Bruce Campbell could do anything he wants.
Agreed.
So if Bruce Campbell was like,
Agreed.
I want to be Doom guy, we would be like, yes,
Be like,
absolutely.
Yes, it's all yours, sir.
This is very much our Army of Darkness. I'm glad that people put that together. Like, I've heard people say, it's a good segue. And Josh, I think for the next stream, what I'd like to do, and if I would have showed up on time for the prep, we probably
do you
could have
mean?
did.
Exposed. You exposed yourself. Go on.
Yes.
Yes. What's the
But-
plan
but,
for the next one?
To play some classic Doom, to play a little bit of 1 and a little bit of 2, especially the open areas of 2, so people can see where the inspiration came from. Now, I know there's a lot of hardcore Doomers in the chats, and they know all about it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
the slow-moving projectiles, the grounded combat, the open spaces, the weaving, strafe to aim and all that stuff, that truly does come and was inspired by my playthrough of the original Doom. I always play Doom at the beginning of every project, and we're just striving to capture the magic of that original 1993 game, which I really do still think, like, come on, load up the original Doom or any one of the awesome mods. Shout out to all the incredible mods out there, and just do, unlimited ammo, all the guns, and you're going to tell me you're not going to have a good time?
Yeah, it's a
it's
blast.
amazing.
It's so fun.
And immediately I just thought that it's the speed of the projectiles and the removal of double jump that could get us closer to that original feeling of the game. So I know that we made some changes, and I totally respect, the fans are really passionate, like
Yeah.
Doom 2016 is their Doom, or Doom
Right.
Eternal is their Doom.
Yep.
But like we said, we never want to make the same game twice. But what they all must be is true to the original. And I think that this one is the most like the original than any of the games. And I've definitely seen that in different people's reviews, where
Yeah.
they've picked up on the fact that, yes, I don't think Glory Kills is Doom,
Right.
That's modern Doom, and we love it. You know,
Mhm.
we still have it in there, but and I don't think that all the quick switching of Eternal is necessarily Doom.
Right.
That's a version of Doom from the modern trilogy. But this is really, all three of them are all trying to just grab different aspects of the original, and I think next stream playing that a little bit, just showing people, you know, especially some of those Doom 2 giant spaces, and like it
I
just
know I saw
yeah,
people
you-
give shout outs to like downtown. There's some
oh
downtown's a
yeah,
good one because it's just like there's so many buildings and just wide open space,
right,
and there's just like revenants, like sometimes like in places that they shouldn't be, like
yeah,
a hallway, or you're just like face to face with them, and sometimes, like you said, you're facing down like a huge horde of them. So yeah, we could definitely mix it up. I mean, let me know if you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
We could do it next stream. We could do it. We could get through all of Nightmare, do some Doom 2, then do Pandemonium. We can do any mix you want, any order you
I'd
feel
almost
like.
want to do like 20 minutes,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
10 minutes. Like
yeah.
just like, hey, check this out.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. And then like a lot of the references and the tone stuff, you know, that comes from the original Doom as well. I
Hmm.
ran into Kevin Cloud worked here, so
Yeah.
we know all about their sources of inspiration: Aliens, Evil Dead. You know, and a big thing about what Adrian told me was he was kind of coaching us up. He's like, you can never. This is at 2016. He's like,
Yeah.
you know, don't. It's all about putting a smile on the player's face, and you know, like, and that's always been everything we've always focused on. And man, I mean, I just feel like we do it all the time, but we could just talk and pay ultimate respect to the
Yeah.
original Doom all day. It's one of the greatest. Obviously, I'm gonna state the obvious. One of the greatest games ever made.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
it's yeah. People
Let's
ask me
do it.
like, "Are you sick of working on?" Dude, I would make Doom games. I love it.
Yeah.
This is such a great franchise to work on, and I think people. It's funny. Y'all say that you love us doing something different every time, but like, you know, you some of you guys definitely get frustrated, but we're never gonna stop. So
Yeah. Exactly.
like,
And like you said, it's like,
yeah,
I mean, the perfect example is Eternal and then the two DLCs, right? It's like
right,
Eternal was a specific blend of doing things differently, not the shotgun is the answer for everything, and, a lot more prescriptive, a lot more
yep,
verticality, a lot more everything. And then those two DLCs were literally like the sequels to that of like how far can we push before it's like almost too hard. It almost falls apart because it's so like complex
yes,
because you just kept building on like all the foundation of everything. Like you started making,
right,
enemies have armor, and then you added the hammer. Like there was just like it just
yeah.
kept getting like more and more built up. So it's kind of cool that the DLC happened for Eternal because, you guys kind of got to make two sequels to it already.
Yeah, plus master levels.
Yeah. And then plus
Yeah.
with mods now it's like it's endless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I say we're never going to stop, I mean we're never going to stop with each game we release in
Yeah.
trying to innovate. So, as always trying to make new, that we love doing that. Like a real, think of it like a design house. You know, you guys going to get something visually unique and gameplay wise something truly unique every couple of years. A whole new fun zone for you guys to master.
That's
So,
right.
and I love watching people play it. Man, they've already broken the game. There's so many
Oh,
videos
see.
where I'm like, well, that guy's never dying. Like,
I mean, it's also crazy still to me that, like, again, we've got some black belts around the office. We've got some black belts that that we already know in the community that have touched the game and played the game. And then you see some of the speedrunners, like, they're somehow still playing it almost exactly like Eternal to the point where, like, everything is so pinpoint precise as far as the order
yes,
of when they're, like, not just like the way they figured out kind of how to do the like the cancel of the shield so you can kind of quick switch, but it's just like
right.
when you watch Eternal at the highest level, as cool as it is also like it's one of those things that I always felt that, like, can you show this game to your grandma and will she understand it? So you show her like a fighting game like Street Fighter and you're like, she gets it. Guy on this side, fighting stuff, one guy wins, one guy loses. You show her Eternal being played by like a speedrunner and she's like, I literally have not a single. Is this even I don't even know what I'm looking at. Is it a game? I don't, because it's just, as soon as the weapons come up, they're already switching to
It's
something
awesome.
else. You know what I mean? It's nuts. Yeah.
It warms my heart to see
Yeah.
them do that. Yeah,
Super
it's
juicers
so
activated.
it's super awesome.
Yeah.
And no, it's good. And now we're certainly starting to see it with this game, but it's just a different loop. you know.
Yep.
Just very, very different. Josh, I heard you brought some stuff for today's episode. I brought something too.
Ooh. I want to have you start because I.
Okay, because mine's not. Well, I talked about it already.
Okay. Okay. I have an idea. Then.
And I'm just excited because I haven't bought a collectible in a little while, and
yeah,
it's kind of going to start a trend. Yes, this is show and tell time. This is kind of like nerdy Mr. Rogers. Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers is kind of nerdy, but like
that's true.
yeah. So I got this.
Oh,
This thing is
nice.
from Diamond Select Toys. Let me get a good.
You almost got to put them right at your face because there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. The focus on
It's
that is like,
$60.
dude, that's
It's
sick.
It's freaking awesome.
That's
It's
only
so
60
awesome.
bucks. I love. Can I just say, the older I get, the more I love unposable statues. I want them
Yeah,
fixed. I want them done. I want them looking right. That's awesome.
Yeah, this
dude.
thing is so good. Emerson's so funny. I think it was Emerson. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
Leonardo's the lamest one.
I completely disagree with that, but I'm also, that's me for my personal BS, because like, when all the like the arcade games, like I pick Leo because 2 katanas, like that's it. You know what I mean?
It is awesome.
Yeah.
In the original too, when Krang had all the robots and like in that first series run of like 6 episodes where it was like a mini movie.
Yeah.
Like at the end, he's just wrecking all
Yeah.
those little robots from Krang's, and the Terradrome and that great man. God, that was such a good show. And,
when you got robots and you have a blade that can cut them in half, what is
That's-
better?
not that exactly.
All right.
I think we can all agree that Raphael is probably.
yeah.
I guess. They work hard to make him the coolest.
They do.
They've always done that. Yeah, Mikey is the best. Absolutely.
I mean, he's the
And-
funniest. He's the one you want to be friends with the most, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Raph, Mikey, Leo. Sure. I think so.
But I
like,
feel like Donatello in the latest movies they did, I can't remember the Seth Rogen ones or whatever. Like I
Right.
love what they did with Donnie and Donnie's voice, how it's kind of like squeaky and going in and out, and he has those like giant frame glasses with the tape. Love that character design.
Yeah.
So I got
Awesome.
to be a bigger Donnie fan with the newer ones.
I'm actually, I know, name droppy, but I wouldn't say I'm friends with Kevin Eastman, but I know him because he's very close friends with Tim Miller at Blur. We've met him several times. Very, very cool guy. Very
That's
cool
awesome.
guy. Lots of very funny stories of him and Simon Bisley back in the heyday when they were making all kinds of crazy money, both with Heavy Metal magazine and his covers. Simon
Oh,
Bisley
man.
being like the next Frank Frazetta, and he is a hellraiser from what everybody says. This big guy likes to party, and then Kevin
Yeah.
was certainly having a good time. So he created that whole thing. Still to this day. They just keep relaunching. The franchise because it's that good.
Yeah,
and
it's
I just
true.
love stuff like that. I think that's just pure entertainment design. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
and the
100%.
Rat stuff is so awesome.
100%.
And I can't. My kids again, usual, not impressed. I put it up on the shelf. They're
Come
like,
on.
why is that up there? Like,
No. Do they? They've watched some of the stuff and they like some of the stuff for Turtles or TMNT
Yeah.
or no?
absolutely. Well, chat. I don't know how many in chat have kids, but I'm sure you'll agree. Or if you're going to have kids, they'll let you know that all the stuff that you think is awesome that you're going to share with your kids, they don't really care at all.
Just by default, just because you shared it. Dang.
It annoys them. If you're really into it, they're like, cool, you're annoying me. I don't like this as much.
But wait, didn't they have one of those reboots? I thought was like specifically for the younger generation again. Was it like TMNT a couple of years back?
It has grabbed them.
Yeah. Okay.
I still think Dad likes it more.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's, and actually, what's really interesting too is the younger people in the office when they talk about how the prequels of Star Wars, that's their Star Wars, which I think is
right.
awesome. Like finally, we're at this place where it's okay to be like, gotta be honest, I kind of like the prequels, like that when I was 8 and I went to go see that, and that's how Josh and I were when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
we were like 9, 10, like going to see, these movies, and it like melted our brains. And so I love that there's people at the office who can finally admit what it's taken like 20 years to be like, yeah, I gotta be honest.
I mean, same with Hayden Christensen was like hated for like 20 years.
Right.
And then all of a sudden everyone's like, A, he's one of the best guys ever. B, he did a great job. C, like he is Anakin, period. Like, it's not a dispute. It's like, he's the one.
He
you know
really
what I mean?
is.
Yeah.
And I was a little. I'm like, I don't know if that's Anakin, but when I remember, did you see when he came out on stage and he got the
Yeah.
standing ovation and he got
Yeah.
emotional? That was
Yeah.
so awesome.
Dude, that crushed me. I was like,
It
"Ooh."
did. You
It
could
was
tell
really
he felt what you just said. Like
Yeah.
you could tell that it's like, okay, I've been hated for God knows how long, and then like
Yeah.
all the come on, dude. And then
know.
chat, you can't tell me, and I'm sure Josh will agree. I'm sure we've talked about this already, but Darth Vader's depiction in Rogue One is just
Yeah.
the
Oh
greatest
my God.
depiction ever of Darth Vader. Like,
100%.
just make that movie.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of Slayer energy in those two. I mean, he's
Big
just.
agree.
He's aura farming. Oh my God, he's doing it all.
Poggers, do we agree, chat? We do. Okay, Keck, or whatever
it's
the other
Keck W, it's Poggers, it's aura, everything.
It's true though, man. It's funny. It's cool how Andor like got to be the thing. Like, Rogue One earned enough cred to go back and say, okay, this one character and like the whole where the Federation was at, where the Rebels were at, how it was like really ragtag and like very few people. Like, it's cool that it got enough cred to go back and do that. Did you? I haven't caught up on this season, but did you watch the first season of?
No.
Oh man, there's one scene. It's like a couple episodes. There's one setting in Andor season 1, towards the end of Andor season 1. It's my favorite thing in any Star Wars, and it's not even close. Like, it's
Really?
that. Yeah, it's that good.
Like up there with Vader's Rogue One thing.
Yes, to me it is.
Oh, wow.
Because it's something
Okay,
I
can
always
I-
wanted to see, and I never thought we'd ever do it.
I'm not going to be able to wait. Tell me a little. Like, what is it? Or well, I mean, does that
I can
ruin
tell you.
it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. It's just so in the whole the Empire, like, we've seen like them building the Death Star and stuff, but we always just see like,
Right.
a bunch of British people saying mean things on a ship, looking at like something being built way over there. But we've
Right.
never seen like any grounded reality of like that people were basically being kind of like enslaved to make like all these parts they had no idea what they are, like in these camps, like these jails. Like, the Empire was
Really?
actually doing all that stuff.
That is
So
awesome.
They do that in Andor, and it's by far my favorite Star Wars anything, because I was like, oh shit, this is
Not
like,
only are they
this has gravitas.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
They are stuck. It's a bad job. They're stuck on that Death Star with him. And let's be honest,
Yeah.
Vader's like the ultimate toxic manager. Like, he is a walk-in HR violation.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get stuff right, you're getting
No.
choked. Like,
Yeah. He's
Like-
and his mood is just like never pleasant, so not really a right answer anywhere there,
No.
Yeah.
And dude, screw telling that guy bad news. That was my favorite in Empire when he just started taking out dudes.
He was like, I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
ask. I'm just gonna start
Yeah.
taking y'all out. I know the answer is not what I wanted to hear. Choking him.
That is so great.
Yeah.
Meeting's like, who's gonna tell him that the mission at Hoth? Like, I'm not telling
It's
him.
like-
Shit, dude. Like,
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back in 2 hours when you all are dead. Yeah.
Exactly.
No. That's it's not a good boss. All right, I got one thing to show. So, just to admit, this is how you get got as far as when you're getting statue stuff is the people that do the bigger releases of these that are a little more expensive, they'll do like a single one in a single size for like a year or two. They'll do the pre-orders, they'll do all that stuff.
Right.
So I already have a giant version, not in this colorway, of a very similar thing, but then they dripped out a smaller one and it had a light up thing. And then they dripped out my favorite suit. This is a lot of preamble for what I'm about to show you. Then they dripped out my favorite suit in the entire series, which is the Samus gravity suit.
oh wow, dude, that looks
With-
awesome. Wait a minute, I gotta make my screen bigger.
And let me see if
That
I can get it even closer.
I'm dragging it down here so I can see it.
So
Hold
this
on.
is,
Dude, that looks sick.
and then check this out. I don't know how it'll show off because there's so many lights already on. Can you see the lights that go
I
in her
can see-
armor? And like in her
Killing
back, you see, oh, this is being like green screened to death, but there's lights back there.
Dude, that is so awesome.
There's lights all through her blaster, as you can see. And then, man, I don't know if this is going to show off, but the coolest feature of this entire thing of the light up is you can actually kind of see your face in the visor. Totally never going to work in this, but look how close I'm trying to get it. Well, it worked.
That dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. You can barely
Who's,
see.
who's
This
who's
is
releasing, like-
I think this is it Prime 1? No, this is First 4. This is First 4
First
figures.
4.
Yeah. They did this one maybe I want to say a couple of years ago, like end of the pandemic, but it's one of those things where you pre-order like a year and a half before, you forget that you spent the money, and then one day you get this package and you're like, what the hell is this? Why do I have to sign for this? And you're like, oh, cool.
Dude, so awesome.
Yeah, this is a good one. I mean,
what a great design.
Yeah,
What
my God.
what just an
The suit?
awesome character. Awesome design.
yeah, and the colorway,
Very
man,
cool.
that gravity suit is like, A, it's like the coolest suit to get in the game, and B, when you somehow, like, I would never think like purple, red, a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow would make any sense together, and then you see that suit and you're like, it's perfect.
Yep.
They did it.
You know, overused word, but totally iconic.
It
There's
is.
no way it's not.
Yep, it's true.
That is awesome.
Speaking of which, should we hit our promo section? We got a few to go through.
Yeah.
So I think there's still very few left, but if you haven't, if you're looking to upgrade your GPU, why not go nuts? Get one of 666 of these. They're in the gear store now. It's all kitted out. This is a 5080 Doom bundle. Again, people that have seen that yellow key card that want to find us and hunt us down and be like, when am I going to be able to buy that outside of this? The gear store has said, I think at a later date, there might be a set. So this isn't all hope is lost. It's not here and gone forever. So look out for that.
There was a mini outrage about that.
There really was.
I need the yellow.
The yellow card.
I love it.
I can't open the yellow doors. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair.
We love the passion, chat. We're listening.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a new one. This is actually really cool. So this is the Elgato version, again with green screen. Oh, it actually shows up pretty good. This was the Elgato version of the Stream Deck, but then they have a specific, speaking of key cards, a red card version from Dark Ages that is only available through the gear store. And then again, do you have that mouse right now? Is that on the desk? That Corsair one?
I do. This thing is sick. Hold on. It's
Yeah.
plugged in.
Oh, damn.
But it's, dude, I have a whole Doom setup. It's
You got
amazing.
the set. Yeah, you got this that headset you have on right now, right? The one right next to it?
Yep.
Nice. That's sick. Love that. I know the focal length of that is like
you
right
go.
exactly there. Yeah, that's good. It's cool too because that part you saw that on Hugo's side there is the Slayer mark. It's cool because it starts out white and then you can go into the OS. They have like a setting that you can make it like Slayer red for like the perfect red. So that's nice. And then, bruh, those mini collectibles that look like, here's the one from Eternal, which I think these were like all 3-inch for Eternal. They are going to be 5-inch, the one that you see, the Slayer mini collectible figure up there. Those are available now. And then, of course, the Endless Battle lithograph, which is the first key art, which is just so iconic. Go get it. There's a little QR code. You can just boop, scan it, hit there now. I think there's like one or two more things. Let's see. But I love this because there's a lot of new stuff. So shout outs to Amber and our friends at the gear store for keeping everything up to
Bobby
date.
Blue Holiday says Doom TV dinners when? That would be awesome.
Oh, man.
What would it be? It'd be steak.
Oh, yeah, have to be steak.
It'd just be like an arm of an animal.
Just like a Hell Knight's arm. So you just open it up, it's like cranberry sauce comes out and stuff, right? I like
No,
that.
it's so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The helmet, as we've talked about, like it's my favorite one, and that's hard to say because we've made 3 now that are like my favorite ones, but this is my latest favorite one. Shout out to Emerson and the iconic piece of
The piece of art.
yeah, the one that kind of defined it all, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then
He's so talented.
yeah, he really is. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I got you.
My gosh, whole team, everybody, so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, modelers, designers, programmers.
I also
and,
think. Wait.
We just love giving this stuff to you guys. Dude, it's just fun for me and Josh and Marty to just see this stuff get made. I mean, that's the dream. Like, we love working on this so much. And when because you guys are so into it, you know, we get to do licensing stuff and like, you know, and you're letting us know that you want more. We get to make more, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, the only problem is I'm the cheesy parent at the soccer game who's like, dude, you wear the shirts to your job. Like, you know, I'm the only one walking around with a shirt for their job.
I know,
you know?
but like, why not? I mean, if you can make it, if you're in a band that makes shirts, I mean, is it only for the fans? Come on. You don't make it just for them. You got to make it for you too. You don't wear that stuff.
Yeah,
That's rad.
exactly.
Um,
Do some Sentinel merch. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
We could get some Sentinel merch. I mean, it's in there.
Yeah, there's some in there, and there's some other stuff coming, I think. So, what else do
Right.
we have in this? Oh, this should still be active, and I know some people were saying they haven't gotten theirs or that it wasn't working. Make sure you reach out to help.bethesda.net if you've got issues where you said you linked your Bethesda.net account and your Twitch account and you watched more than an hour of us or anybody else streaming. I think it's over soon, maybe in like June. So if you haven't gotten it and you think you should have and you did everything right, go ahead and hit up help.bethesda.net and we can get you sorted. And then let me tell you a story about what I did this weekend, Hugo. So as you know, the much talked about Prince Street Pizza timed exclusive Ranger Doomslayer skin for Dark Ages, right? So here's a little. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was like Fear Merchant. Somebody gave me this tip over the weekend, and I tried it. So I don't have a Prince Street Pizza like some people in chat. Like I'm not in LA or I think they're also in like New York or Chicago, a couple other places. So what you can do if you're a lunatic, which I recommend if you want this skin. So you only have to buy one slice of pizza to get this. So you can call and say, hey, I don't live close, but I want this skin. So let me pay over the phone for one slice of pizza you can give to anyone that's sitting around you, or you yourself can eat it, Mr. Employee who's helping me, and then read me the code for this skin. And so I did that, and now I have it. And somebody has a piece of pizza they got for free. So
Listen, that's
everybody's
dedication.
happy. Yeah, I'm saying.
You gotta have it all.
I'm saying, and I think
People
it only
are
costs
super into it.
Yeah, it was like
They're super into
$6.66. So that was something we did with them for fun. It's a little bit more tax, but you get the idea. And then two more things. Again, this hat I think is going up sometime soon in the store. This is the black on black Dark Ages hat. Is that close enough? Yeah, you can pretty much see it.
That hat's off.
That's going up. And then if this isn't already up, I think it's going up soon. So you got Dark Ages on this side of the glass. You got the shield saw in green, which somehow isn't being blown out, which I'm so happy, in this green screen on this side. So a little piece of glassware for your nerves.
Checking to see our stream on
YouTube?
Nice. Yes.
We good?
Yep, we're doing awesome.
Nice. So
Good engagement.
good,
So
solid engagement. Good engagement.
always, you
Yeah.
guys show up, we keep doing it.
That's right.
And yeah. And I don't know, Josh, you ready? You ready to start?
Is it time to go in?
Through this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to think of where we left off. Let's see. Let's go ahead and switch into game. Let me unmute the game. All right, it should be unmuted. Again, we're in the menu, so it's going to be a little low right now, the volume. But what level were we on? We just finished the Atlan section? Yeah, Sentinel Barracks. Okay.
Sentinel Barracks.
Look at that. Almost 100% on everything. Beth. We got a couple percentage got away from us, but that's okay. We could always clean it up if we felt like 100ing it.
Got a little cinematic.
We're saying launch the Hugo in chat.
Still under the maker's control.
A distress signal was sent. We've tried contacting them. No response.
Oh no, they said they got the death counter ready. I don't know why they need it. We don't need that. We've never died on the stream.
They're inside!
The Heart of Argent, discovered in AR-722. An artifact said to contain the soul of the last wraith. Powers and origin unknown.
Hugo
Assemble
Bashcore is
the guard.
asking if we've ever wanted to do a crossover with another game or franchise.
No, So we see right there that that priest, has been compromised. So when Azric said that they will focus on breaking the humans first, that meant that he was going to.
Balin, with the Slayer guarding the barracks, we'll take the airships. Rally at the priest's signal.
Oh, we're going accelerator this time. You're showing people the
We're
power
going
of the accelerator.
We are
Alright.
also going to put the parry window back to not all the way normal, but I don't want
Yeah,
it
yeah.
too tight.
You don't have to be razor
Love
tight.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, not my fave.
I like that I forgot we got the classic Doom guy.
Oh,
face
by the
down
way,
there. That's good.
Yeah, I wanted to share with chat. Okay, so I see a lot of people jacking up the game speed, and we love it, and that's what it's there for. But I do want to say that if you're looking for a balanced challenge, but you want the game to kind of feel the way it was at default in terms of speed, damage to demons is super powerful. Like it's you know, if you bring this down to 50, this is a whole different game.
Right.
You know, where the time to kill, you know, becomes significantly slower, and it's really, really fun because now everybody stands a greater fighting chance against the Slayer. And that's one that I would recommend if people want to mess with, like that one. And interestingly enough, a lot of the devs will actually slow down projectiles, but then make them more deadly. Faster projectiles do feel good, but if you slow them down, you kind of steer into the shmup sort of bullet hell design of the original Doom game and our game.
Yeah.
And if you guys remember in 1993 Doom, that first level, those imps, I mean, you know, the shit hurts.
Yeah.
You know, like those projectiles are no joke. So
Yeah.
by lowering damage to demons, little pro tip, by lowering damage to demons, by slowing down projectile speed a little bit and increasing damage to Slayer, or projectile damage, I should say. Then, you know, you're gonna get an interesting experience.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Some people have asked me, like, should we do prefab sort of settings? Like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I want people to. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of the sliders.
True.
Just sort of make it what you want.
Yeah.
You know? All right, where are we at with this gun? Also.
I think that we just started, right? I don't even know if we put anything. I think we were just doing shield stuff first, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Also, a shout out. Where was that chat? Pate Guy says Bethesda support literally helped me today get my pre-order skin sorted out. Always helpful. Glad to hear it. Good shout.
Yes.
Love the CS team.
Absolutely. Big shout out to all the teams involved in making this game possible. Marketing team. We don't get a chance to talk about the marketing team too much.
Sure.
These guys work tirelessly, of which Josh is a part of that.
Hey.
And, with all of Josh's work and Gia, Chris Johnson, Aaron Losey's whole team. Thank you so much for all the support.
Yeah,
we were at WrestleMania. We did some UFC stuff.
That's right. I'm just gonna say Milena, also Chris Mole, Bo, Sophia, everybody, man. Like, and of course, I give Perry a shout out every time, and I'll continue to because he's my boy. We did a lot of the all the social asset stuff together, and couldn't have done it without him. So huge shout out. I'm seeing game audio is too quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit on my side.
I can turn it on my side a little bit.
Okay.
I do kind of have it a skosh low. You might want to turn it more up on your side.
Okay, I can do it. Yeah, you're good. How about that? I'm turning it up to 3 dB.
So every gun's progression has like a meta to it. This gun's progression is the more I kill guys, I have to get the upgrade too. The more I kill guys, the more I use my melee. The more I execute guys, the more I power it up, I get a haste upgrade. And if you haven't experienced that yet, chat, it is fun.
It's so good when it goes yellow and then you just your shoot speed and feels like your move speed, everything's just faster. It feels fantastic.
Big shout out to Peter Sokol, our gameplay assistant director, along with James Duggan, Marcus Rothway, the whole gang, Evan Eubank, Language. I want to name all the programmers, but I'm going to screw that up. Everybody involved, the animators, the artists, like, there's some really great stuff going on with the guns in the game. And a huge shout out to the sound design team. These guns sound chunky.
Alright, I'm turning the game
worked really hard on that.
down a little bit.
We really wanted every action you perform in this game to just feel like a dopamine hit. You know, like hopefully as you guys are entering into that flow state and just wrecking stuff, that you could feel like just the crunch. And it's like as you press a button, you want that piece of feedback. You want it to look good, feel good, sound good. It does. I say this, I'm like a broken record, but it does take a team, like just even the animators, like the screen shake and the little bit of work a lot of work that the animators do to get all that stuff feeling good, and punchy, and like, you know, a tremendous amount of work is done to make these melees feel good. Shut him off.
All right, I just turned Hugo up and the game down. How's that? Because people were saying they couldn't hear you, and then the game was too loud, even though before they were telling us the game was too quiet. So let's see if we hit a good spot here.
Commander Thera, the demonic presence
It's
around
better.
the press signal is getting
Game's too
larger.
loud. Boost his mic. I can hear them both fine.
Oh yeah, I'm a little far away from my mic. I can boost my mic. Hello, check, check. How's that, chat? I'm kind of leaning back in my chair. Is that better, chat?
I'm on board.
Yeah, I
I'll
think it's
establish
good.
contact when we reach Eratum.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
know.
Commander Thera,
I still
the
have a
demonic
couple knobs.
presence
I
around
can
the
make it
priest
louder if I
signal is
need to.
getting larger.
That seems like we're good. Good now, better now. This is good. I think we're good. Yeah, again, because I can see levels over here, and we were peaking on some stuff, so I think we're fine.
Okay.
Game volume could go down a little bit. Let me-
Look at these
Let's go
sky
check.
boxes.
There we go. Game's down a little bit. I
Stuff
know,
is-
dude. The skyboxes
Chat.
are insane on this
Can we
level.
get a big shout out to our art team?
Amen to that.
Allison, Ryan, Watkins, every single artist on the team. I mean, Jesus, look at this. This is
Yeah.
nuts. Let's go check it out. Let's see what's going on. Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Shout out
This
to whoever
dude's
said.
the cause of it all. Can we break him?
I don't.
Oh, he's gonna.
He's
Little
unbreakable.
foreshadowing. We're gonna see that at the end of the game. I like how Civi. It's at least he called out spoilers, and I loved Civi's review. But
Yeah, that's
he
good.
kind of broke down the whole story. It was awesome. Really glad to see that Civi enjoyed it. Civi 11, if you guys aren't already watching, is awesome.
Yeah,
On the
this
channel.
stuff is great. That's right. Civi shout out, Civi mentioned all of it. Also, I love Donkey. His video, I don't understand how that guy, he's still giving a review, but it's almost like a comedy sketch the entire time. Like, Donkey's
Yeah.
a genius. Like, the video he did
He's-
for Dark Ages is insane. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was just dying
It was-
laughing,
it
but I was like,
was,
this is still actually a solid review, and he's actually giving a review, even though it's like all poggers half the time. You know what I mean? Bless you.
Oh goodness. No, everybody's like, yeah, his review is amazing,
Yeah.
and it's we compete with the last title always. That was the problem. The challenge with Doom 2016 was people comparing it to the last Doom game that they loved. Still got a lot of love, and I have it too for Doom 3 out there. I still
Oh,
see
yeah.
that showing up a lot. Big shout out to Doom 3. People think that, like, I love that game, but that was an amazing experience when I played it. And still is. And artistically, I mean, that game still holds up. There's a lot of... Man, this is dark. Let me mess with the settings.
You know what you can do that's a HDR fix? And by the way, we have a fix coming for HDR for anybody that's wondering. If you go to, you can actually turn, if you keep going down to colorblind mode, turn it on, and then keep going. Can't remember
Well, I
where it
just
is.
think I'm a little dark.
Yeah, but you can just do brightness. But you have to, there it was at the bottom. So turn that on.
Right.
Doesn't matter which one, like the first one. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then go down.
Wait, isn't that going to change everything?
No, just hit apply. Okay, here we go. So intensity, turn it all the way down to 0. And then go down again. And then strength all the way to 0. And then you can just up brightness and contrast. It's like a huge fix for HDR stuff right now. So you can turn you can turn brightness up to, like, let's just say like 40 or, I mean, you can do it through gamma, but I feel like it's a little bit better in brightness than it is in gamma. Try that. More?
Yeah. A little bit. Well, I'm not going to... Am I going to blow out the lights now? Oh, I feel like I'm blowing out the lights.
I don't think they're blown out yet, but they could.
Yeah, that's getting a little...
A little too much,
nervous.
too bright.
Listen, I've got a whole team
I know.
of rendering
We could switch it back to
rendering
color.
people watching this.
They're
"You
like,
better
how
not."
dare you? You could always turn the
Right.
colorblind thing off and then just mess with gamma, but I feel like gamma's a little all bright. I don't know. We could try.
All right, let me... Color is off.
Oh, we didn't even save it.
Okay.
So just
No,
go to.
I
Oh, okay, okay. Just go to gamma. I think it's like around where HDR is, if I remember.
right now Billy's like, what are you doing?
He's like, how dare you? Don't touch it. There you go.
You're embarrassing us.
Try that and see.
That's good.
Yeah, make sure you
That's
hit that
good.
Y for apply.
Right.
Didn't mean for that to rhyme. All right. And then, yeah, did you save it? How's that? Better?
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty natch? Yeah, it looks natural.
Yeah.
All right. Shula
Gotta
says
get
we
the gold
should.
chat.
That's right, dude. It's the most important thing for, especially this early game progression. It's huge. Shula's saying you guys should add brightness and contrast outside of colorblind. Shula, I would trust you, but if I remember right, you're the one that said we should get Jake Paul for Doom, guys. You're on thin ice right now. You're on thin ice.
That's right, Shula. What are you saying?
Davy Doom is very nicely saying, may I ask something, Josh? You just answered your own question. What's up, man? Yes, you can. Candaz says, how did you WrestleMania and convince Drew for the cosplay? We just had a great relationship with WWE, and it was an awesome thing, and Drew was down, and man, huge shout outs to the production team of WrestleMania, because they made his entire outfit like that weekend at WrestleMania, and the first time we saw it was like right before he went out, and we were like, oh my god, that looks so good. So that was awesome. And shout outs to our buddies, and there's so many, to Steven, to Andrew.
Right there, once again, chat. Did you see how I laid waste?
Right?
With glory strikes on multiple dudes. If those were synced animations, that would not have worked.
And you got your, Accelerator, you're just doing work right now, teaching the people how it works. That's it.
I told James Duggan.
Yeah.
Accelerator was his gun.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, listen, I'm gonna champion this gun tonight. And he's like, look, dude, don't mess it up. It's like, James, I know what I'm doing.
Dude, I've almost messed up those 2 pieces of gold. I've like not gotten them and gone back to the map and been like, where are they?
Absolutely.
On the other side. But yeah, shout outs to Steven and
you know what?
Yeah, hit it. What is
Sorry,
it?
go ahead.
No, you're good, you're good. I was just gonna say, and Charles, I keep forgetting Charles's name, which is like, I know a million people named Charles. So Charles and Steven at WWE, huge shout outs to you guys, because all that stuff has been super fun.
We are gonna main Skull Crusher.
Oh, okay.
And Accelerator, because Marcus Roffling worked on the Skull Crusher, and that's another gun. I don't think I really need to tell people how awesome that gun is, but
yeah,
like,
Skull Crusher rules. I feel like from that first time we ever showed it in the first announcement trailer we ever did, people were like, yeah, that gun. That's the one.
Yeah. And the haste upgrade, chat, are you loving the haste upgrade with that gun? It's so good.
It's so fun.
Now, I don't have the upgrade for the heat blast yet, and that's when this gun takes off. So my goal tonight, look at that, it's the King's Atlan. I'm gonna do something with that later.
Yeah, I know. Like you're like mid-fight, you're like, hold on, Incubus, I gotta look at something. Yeah, I'm seeing some love for these. Oh my.
That's right.
Never stood a chance. All right, now you can admire it.
A big part of the design of the game was to create. God damn, that looks awesome.
Look at that.
It looks awesome. To create this cathartic release. Like, I feel like when Doom is at its peak, all Doom games, there's this kind of cathartic experience you have where it's just this release of aggression, and it just feels good. There's a little bit of Slayer in all of us, right?
Turn around. I want to show you something. Go back up to where you just were, and then to the left up there, I think. I want to give a huge shout out. Look at the.
The paintings.
Yeah, if you know that one, I don't know that one, but I do know. You were just looking at it. Is it on the other side? Not this one. The artist ones are all incredible.
Oh, I forget who that is again. William Bao, if you're watching, text me who that is.
Is that Alejandro?
Probably
No.
are. And these are different people in the studio. I'm like a wanted criminal. That's who I am.
You're just a one man. Look at the one Up here, not that one. The one that's no. Dude, I swear to God, we just looked at it. No, that's a cool statue. It's one that's really easy to see because it's well lit. Keep going, not that one. To the left, no.
I might have broke. Can I break them?
You can break them. I think you have to like shield bash into them. No, that's another artist one. That was William. That's William.
That's William.
Yeah.
There's William. Dude,
There
William,
he is.
how come I'm just like on a crappy wanted poster and you get like a whole oil paint? This
Dude
is
looks
ridiculous.
sick. He's got his
And he
full-
looks awesome.
Yeah, he looks.
Dude,
really
William,
sick.
William is like 6.5. Actually, he's more than 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah, he's
William,
tall.
how tall are you?
Tell us the truth.
Oh, that's Ethan? All right,
Oh,
Emerson says
Ethan's
that's
over there.
Ethan.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
Ethan.
That's Ethan.
Nice.
That's
Ethan,
sick.
dude,
Wait,
look-
Ethan did the
look
Skull
at the
Crusher,
price
didn't he?
tag.
Or am I making that up?
Ethan did the Skull Crusher. He
Yeah,
also
yeah.
did the accelerator that I'm working on playing with right now.
There you go.
And then
Up to the.
let's check out destruction.
There you
Look,
go.
it did come apart. It's
Get
amazing.
destructed. Here it is.
Look at that.
You remember who did this? This is a fun community pull.
Oh, this is Mr. Zeus.
That's right. Or as he corrected me after 100 years of calling him Zeus, this is Zeus, which is
Zeus.
apparently the correct pronunciation of his name. Zeus did this. We worked with Emerson to get like he has 2 pieces in the game. Zeus does. This is one of them, but I'm just
Zeus.
so good.
Emerson is that was that an acrylic painting or is that a digital painting that he did, or did he do it in acrylic and we scanned or something?
Wait, he's in chat right now. Let me holler at him.
Well, Emerson's also texting.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, Zeus is it's digital. So Zeus, I'm so happy to see you continue to paint. You know, every time I see Zeus at QuakeCon, I just tell him like, dude, you got to keep going, don't stop, because he's so talented.
Yeah.
And if we're making a game, Zeus, your art's gonna be in it.
Period.
That is a guarantee, sir.
Yep. He said digital. He did it digital. Yep.
And let's just look at this. Come on, seriously. Like that's.
I mean,
like, William, really? Like, wait a minute. Actually, Emerson, did William paint this one, or is this painted by
someone else?
By Ethan?
Oh, like they got to paint each other? They're so consistent, though. I'd be really surprised if it wasn't one, because man, they look all from the same hand in the best way. But I also wouldn't put it past them to do that.
William painted him.
Oh man.
And
he did good.
I just did the wanted poster. That's it.
Wait, are you?
That's
You're not.
it.
You're not. Are you a wanted poster in this? You are, right? What level is that?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I think we passed it already.
Oh no. You were also, but you owned an Italian
I owned
chain.
a pizza shop.
Yeah,
Yes.
in Eternal, and then you were on pizza boxes.
Gulamis is good.
Gulamis, that's right. Big
That's
shout out to Gulamis.
That's right.
You think later in life, after you're on the super retirement thing, are you going to start your own Gulamis? Are you going to make it like self-fulfilling prophecy?
I mean, it sounds awesome.
It does sound good. I
Like,
would eat a
there's no way that
Gulamis.
Gulamis does not have good pizza.
It's true.
I just feel like a Gulamis, their pizza would have way too much cheese.
Yeah, extra
But,
cheese is just like that's default cheese.
Yes.
What kind of, okay, let me ask you this. You got your own pizza place. I feel like there's 3 different kinds of pizza sauce. There's, yeah, before I even get into the kind of it. No, before I get into the kind of it, you already have your answer. What kind of pizza, what's the sauce that you use?
Because I thought you were going to say something, but I want to hear what the rest of you say.
Oh,
Go
okay,
ahead,
okay.
ask me the question.
I was just going to say, I feel like there is the normal sauce, which is basically like not really sweet, but not, it's kind of like just in between. It doesn't really try to like
Right.
take anything and make it different. It's just like giving you standard pizza. And then I feel like some people have a little bit on the sweeter side, and it's not dessert pizza, it's still tomato sauce, but it's definitely sweeter. And then some people just go full on the spicy side, and they're just like, I don't know how a tomato tastes like this, but clearly there's a lot more going on, and it involves a little bit of the tiniest bit of pain to make you realize that that sauce is spiked just a little bit. And that's before you get to all the extra toppings after that or whatever you have on top of it. So
Right.
where do you think Gulamis would land for the sauce?
Being a New Yorker and born and raised in Long Island,
Yeah.
lived in Brooklyn, I'm passionate about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say that Texas, I love Texas. I love living here.
Yeah.
Man, these people can't make Italian food to save their life. So like,
Wait,
just
there's that
awful.
one place though that you took me that's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Well, you
but
and Colin and I went.
It's
yeah.
few and far between.
Yeah, okay.
And So I like, so red sauce, tomato sauce, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Definite passion of mine, and my wife's red sauce is really amazing.
Nice.
And I make pretty good red sauce, although she's laughing right now. She's like, when do you do that?
What year was that? You're like, oh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so I like a sweet sauce. Long answer
Same,
is, and I don't know how Chad feels about this, but like, so when I make my sauce, I just full on put like a, couple teaspoons, tablespoons of sugar in it.
Preach.
And I think it tastes awesome.
Same.
Yeah, I like a sweet sauce, and I think putting sugar and tomato sauce is perfectly fine, but I feel like a lot of Italian grandmothers out there would be like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get ketchup on accident. Like, sugar is...
That's right.
It's the
sugar
thing.
and tomato sauce is good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would prefer a slightly sweet pizza sauce.
Yes.
Chat, if you go to New York and you go to New York City, please go there when you're young, because it truly is like the greatest city in the world. But to hang out and be young, but you gotta go to the cheapy pizza places. Don't go to like a nice pizza place.
100%
Go to like a regular one that just looks like nothing. Those are the real spots.
Place where you can always get it by the slice. It only takes a minute.
Right.
It doesn't cost more than like maybe like $7 at this point in the
100%.
economy. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
anybody from
the way.
chat in the New York tri-state area right now? Because Jersey's got good pizza too.
True.
It's not the only place. What is chat saying right now? Anybody?
Let's see. Yeah, we got Izuna Yatomagi, my bad, says, I'm in NYC right now. I hope you're eating a slice for everybody that's not there in chat
Hey,
right now.
Azuma, what are you doing in NYC? You going to school? Or you just live there? Are you
That's
one
your
of those
thing.
super cool people that grew up in New York City, actual
man.
New York City?
We're
Those people
like-
fascinate me.
Same, dude. Like, where their
I'm like, how
schooling
did-
experience is just like
Yeah, how
so
did
wildly
you grow
different
up
than all of ours. Yeah. They say they
I
live
feel like
there.
if you
Okay.
grow up in New York City as a kid, nothing is impressive to
Yeah, I
you know?
agree.
you. You like go to college and everybody's like, hey man, let's go do this. And you're like, dude, who cares?
You know what I always think of is I think of like the perfect transition. So the movie Hackers, Johnny Lee Miller / Zero Cooler. He starts out in the suburbs and then he gets in trouble as a kid for hacking a system that he was not able to use computers forever. But of course, him and his mom have to move, and he moves to New York City. And like that whole experience of meeting Angelina Jolie and everybody else there, where it's like, dude, these kids might as well be in their 30s in high school. Like, it's just because they're on such different stuff of like, they're hanging out at clubs, they're doing all this stuff that you're just like, dude, not in a million years for us in high school. We had no access to that type of cool shit.
100%. Like are you Josh? Hey chat, actually let's take a quick one.
Okay.
Chicago style or New York style pizza. So thin crust or thick. Well, you can't say thick crust because Sicilian is thick crust. But,
That's true.
Oh man, I'm gonna die.
But the Chicago style where it's, you have to order it like
Yeah.
almost an hour ahead of time. It's baked in layers.
Like Chicago or New York? What is
Okay,
everybody
let's hear it.
saying?
I'm seeing.
Thin, of course, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I got so.
But Chicago's good too.
I think-
Detroit also. I feel like they've been on the come up for a thick one that's in between where you can make it faster. It's a deep dish, but it's not the Chicago like lasagna layered style.
So Shikuri, I don't even know what Detroit pizza is. I gotta be honest. So what is Detroit pizza? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, educate us here.
Is that? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, Detroit's been on the come up the last bunch of years. There's been like a lot more places that have popped up, which is cool. I'm seeing NY all the way, Detroit, New York, Chicago. A lot of Chicago love too. In
Detroit
YouTube.
is where RoboCop's from, so it will always be
Amen.
the coolest city.
Speaking of,
Any city that was built by OCP, it's gotta be
I agree. I got shout outs to our boy Swan Song on YouTube. He's saying NY. Just a lot of love for all three cities right now, to be honest. Neapolitan,
making
Detroit
me-
style thick. Starving.
I think the
we
only
do
thing
this.
is I can't eat a lot of Chicago. That's
Yeah.
always my thing.
I mean,
Whereas
honestly,
I could eat.
2 slices in for Chicago, you're
You're
full.
done.
Yeah, it's like
You
a
need
full
to go
pizza.
to bed.
Thin
Yeah, no,
crust all the
and-
way.
and
though,
I-
I agree.
Anybody knows me knows that I'm crazy about food, and Texas food is so good. But man, the Italian food here.
not hitting me on the. You know what's crazy though is I remember so when I was living in New Orleans for most of my life, there was a deli that's a New York deli / Philly love, and they imported their water because they said you can't make good bagels without the hardness of the water from New York or Philly. So they would import the water, and that's why their stuff would taste genuine. And I thought about that, and I was like, I mean, it makes a huge difference with dough and how stuff rises with the water composition, right? Because the hardness of water is like wildly different in different places. What did this person say? So Not Dog says, Joshua, read my message. I love you. You rule. Well, that was easy. I'm seeing also Not Dog says, Gulami's best pizza. I thought you were frozen there for a second. You're just deep in thought.
I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
It says, Hugo, I wanted to, this is from Crux Terminatus. It says, Hugo, I wanted to say thank you to you and the whole id Software team for rebooting the Doom series, and I hope the DLC campaign for the Dark Ages will be at least 11 levels with banging soundtrack and a lot of different locations, including a space realm. And
there's a lot of requests in here.
Seriously, this is a big 11 levels. My goodness.
Jesus.
And I hope id or Machine Games will reboot the Quake series. It's time to remind people about another great FPS of all time.
Nice.
Thank you, Crux Terminatus. You guys rock. Is the Slayer... Okay, got a question. All right, guys, let's put this to rest. Is the Slayer still a Blazkowicz? Or will we ever get an answer? By the way, I'm loving TDA. I can't answer that. I don't even know.
No,
the answer.
not answer rule. All right,
we're not going to go into that stuff.
Too much. All right, too much depth and lore.
I can't. It's too much lore.
Yeah,
it's a lore overload.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this gun going. And we're gonna main Marcus Roffling's Skull Crusher as well, but I want to do this one first. So the accelerated fires increase maximum range, accelerator spread. I'm gonna do this one where the spread is reduced. I can't do this one yet. Okay, we'll do. Oh man, 3 pieces of gold. Are you kidding me?
Not enough. Oh, you need 150. I know. When you're close, you're like, son of a.
Who directed this? God.
Give these people the gold they need.
Honestly.
Why have you starved them so?
I'm not missing any of them. I got it all. Okay.
This attack on the barracks is a diversion. I thought you need help.
Dude, the Ark. I remember before. Because didn't the Impaler way back in the day when we were just testing this not have the Ark? When you guys added the Ark, this gun did everything we needed to do. It was so perfect with the Ark.
Well, it's the full commitment to the design of this game. Like, again, like I told chat last week, for those of you guys in school working on your projects, game design school, like you really want to commit to your fun zone, to your loop. Have faith in it. Like, you know, believe in it. And then it's all about making the necessary adjustments to make the parts that you have work, you know, and usually it's about stripping things away and really zeroing on, zeroing in on things, making a series of decisions that enhance the core loop of your design, and so by making this thing have a parabolic, I believe, arc, then it doesn't allow you to hang back. It makes sure that everything about Dark Ages is, you know, staying up close and personal with the AI, because it's medieval, you know, that we want you to stand and fight to get in there to mix it up. So when it was a sniper rifle, guess what everybody did?
Sat where they were and just said, I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, hey, you got to stand and fight. And you're like, yeah, or I could stand back here and just blink this dude to death.
I could just, yeah, exactly.
All right, let's
snipe and chill. Exactly. Shout out to our homie and a longtime friend Jules in Twitch chat. One of the best human beings I know. He says the heart of the loop. That's it, man. The heart of the loop. That's it.
That's right. So it kind of has its own loop, its own flow to it, and I'm not doing a great job of showing this off right now, but I mean, the thing that you want to do with the accelerator is definitely upgrade it. Get little bit of ammo here.
Ooh, I like that you got the slower projectiles. Oh no, okay, there we go. Yeah, like they're so, I love, because I remember, again, back in the day when they didn't have this, like the one side or the other side has the parryable part of it, but it's the coolest mechanic because it makes the armored Manx something to be feared and gives you a different kind of bob and weave than we had before.
Right.
This guy's got so much HP, man. I remember the first time fighting him, I was like, when's he gonna die? And yeah, he won't, because he's an enhanced one, he won't allow to be stopped by just a shield saw in the gut. Oh man. Rush Warrior 95 is asking the hard question, which is favorite 80s action movie, go. He or she says, my personally favorite is Big Trouble in Little China, which is a great one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
80s action movie.
Yeah.
Aliens?
Yeah.
Probably. It's hard to beat that.
It really is.
You know? That's like the greatest. Josh, is that in your top 5 ever?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And as much as I want to be like an elitist and be like, Alien is better, I'm like, but it isn't more fun to watch. That's true. No, it isn't. So then what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
That was a movie we looked at quite a bit and like in the making of this game, and not to spoil things with this story, but hopefully you guys feel that like it's really just about building up a hatred for the antagonist. I mean, the storyline is just poking the bear. Like, people mess with the Slayer to the point that you really just want to see them, pay for it in the end. And then it's also about like just raising the stakes continually. That there's just moments in the third act where you're like, holy cow. And hopefully you guys feel that. I mean, like, whether we're fighting Mecha Cthulhu or like, the Slayer, what happens to him, and like that. From a gameplay perspective, like, it's ultimately taking you to really cool places and Jesus.
And letting you fall off them.
Yeah, taking you to cool places and fighting cool bad guys with cool guns, and the story is really the vehicle that takes us there. But that along the way, like, if we really wanted you to want to fight Azric in the end, that there was a bit of a cathartic release of just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And in that final battle, and then raising, not like, unlike Aliens, like when the Queen comes out and she fights her in the mech suit, just the movie just keeps going and going and going. The stakes keep going up, the spectacle goes up, and that was very much what we wanted this game to feel like. That and just be a ton of fun, because that's what matters.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we want to make games that we like playing and try to give you guys these super fun loops, because really at the end of the day it's all just a lot of blah blah blah. If the game isn't fun, who really cares?
Amen to that. Death Marino says, if Azaric burnt down Gulama's pizza, I would be mad. Yeah, I think we all would.
I would too. That would he will have gone too far at that point.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of love for the Azaric fight in this, which I think we can all agree, like, because, boss fights and the evolution of that stuff, thinking about that, like, Eternal had a couple, right? Like, there's the twins fight. There's, of course, the ending Spider Mastermind fight. That's pretty iconic. The Cyber Demon fight that has that awesome part where it puts you almost like in a tunnel and you're doing that, like, rhythm game. But then Eternal, you guys, stepped it up a lot, had a lot of crazy stuff. And then with DLC, I mean, that Dark Lord fight is no scratch, no joke. It is tough as nails. It's still
imbalanced.
Maybe a little. But I think because of that, like, dude, Azaric now, people are like,
yeah,
the praise is
learned
high.
A lot of lessons there. I mean, it was a tight dev cycle, COVID, all that stuff. So here come the excuses. But I think ultimately, we just learned a ton from that. And I do think these are our best boss fights. And I do think that ultimately, like, you want to fight him. And by the time you kill him at the end, and that, it's just something you want to do because he's a real not cool dude.
Yeah.
And he does some messed up stuff.
I'm seeing a little love for the Samur boss fight. Was cool and really unexpected though. In
yeah, it was fun. We really liked that boss
Age.
fight.
I mean, in Ancient Gods. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of love also for the Creed fight in this, and agreed. And,
Yeah, I love
and
the
the
Creed
Conmaker fight. The Conmaker fight was sick.
It was sick.
And kind of happens earlier than you think it's going to happen in the game, which is cool that there's a lot more after it, you know? Oh no. Update requires restart, which is a great name. On Twitch says, Hugo and Josh balls chugging competition at QuakeCon 25. Can you even... I can't even chug in anything.
I can't chug them.
Okay, thank you.
Those guys, I love those
Can't
guys,
even
but
stand.
you know,
I don't know how they do that.
they're on. Those guys are on another level.
Different skill. I don't have it. It's a skill issue for me.
Same.
So we'll root for our favorite chuggers this time around. Let's see. Ridley Scott is from South Shields, UK, where I'm from. Just a bit of home pride. That's awesome, Death 96X. I did not know exactly where they're from in the UK, so that's a great guy to be from the same town of, because, my God, Ridley Scott is still making stuff that redefines the genres. I mean,
That dude is busy.
I'm saying, like, every year there's a new thing. I'm getting somebody asking about HDR. It's not on.
I didn't want to do too much of hiding stuff. I mean, like,
Oh, with like the
You know,
gold behind like the...
some of my personal frustration in games is when I have to break every vase. You know what I mean? Like, there's
yeah,
that
yeah. Like
guilt,
roll
like,
through
oh
every
my
single
God.
pot or whatever, all
Yeah,
that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Player is
So
approaching
there's
the
not
bridge to the
too much of
Dragon's
that,
aviary.
you know, in this game.
Yeah, I feel like, what is the golden rule in this game? I feel like Brandon and team, there was some like, if you jump down a thing, always turn around and look behind you, because sometimes there's like an extra life or
Yeah.
some gold. There's like a couple golden rules of like,
Yep.
pretty consistently
Making
where,
sure that
yeah, that like you kind of start to tune in to where these things are naturally placed. It's cool.
Yep, and reward you for, you know, exploring. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right now we're getting saucy.
Red Eye,
Now
speaking
we
of
are
which,
getting saucy.
wants to know what difficulty you're on. Run Nightmare.
We are on Nightmare, sir.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
Okay. This is all we do here.
That's right.
This is advanced gaming 101.
This is it. Somebody was asking about...
And, on a controller.
I'm
Somebody
telling
said
you.
today, they're like, I was outside. Shout out to Travis and Marcus and who else? Field. They're like, yeah, Doom Eternal's really hard on a controller. I'm like, what?
You're like,
What are
not
you
this
talking
controller.
about?
You could be speaking
Not
about this
controller.
one.
All right, let's get this thing going.
That's the one Hugo's using right
Tonight
now.
is the night
That's
of
right.
the pulverizer.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the expense of leveling up my melee, which is foolish.
I like it. Sacrifice it for the
I
goal.
wanted... James, don't say that I didn't do you right here, because I
Accelerator,
should
man.
be doing more stuff with my...
Oh, melee? Yeah,
my,
that's it's true, but that's
my
okay.
melee, but-
It's not what we're up to right now. We're doing something different.
So one thing, chat, about this boss, and we're going to make this a little clearer in an update. You're supposed to focus on the back of him. You know, like
Right.
that's his weakness.
Because you can actually break that poison sac, right? And stop that attack from happening. There's a lot of stuff you can do back there. Knock off legs.
Hugo, what drove the decision to give the imps receding hairlines? My own insecurity. I'm just kidding.
That's a good answer.
No, you got to ask William. William Simon. Oh, jeez. That was embarrassing.
Maybe it's his own insecurity. Hair loss is real, man. Fear is real. The grip is tight.
Right.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Didn't happen. Reset.
gosh, darn it. Give me the stuff.
I keep seeing people ask what difficulty it is. Maybe we already have a really long stream title. Maybe I'll start trying to bake Nightmare into it too. We'll see for next time. This is the Nightmare Vector. Yeah, I mean the poison is really like one of the coolest like area of
Oh, that's
denial
right. I
things
have.
they do.
Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I wasn't riding. Very dumb. Wasn't shooting my heat blast. I just wrecked this
Oh, yeah,
dude
yeah.
at my house with the heat blast.
Oh yeah, heat blast will eat him up, especially if you can get kind of behind him where he's vulnerable.
Just gotta get some schmammo for this thing.
A little schmammo for it, that's all. Yeah, what do you think like the right distance to fight them in the way that's most advantageous? I mean, I guess you got to get a little close for the heat blast, right? And you could also bake that. You got it ready now. Pretty good. A little stagger on that too.
Oh my god!
Too early on the slashers.
I literally just did this without dying
I like
seconds ago.
when somebody joined, they asked what the quote-unquote bug count was. Exactly. There's no such thing as deaths in this.
That's
just
right.
bugs.
I don't actually die.
Nope. We just get revealed something to fix for next time. Total tuxedo. They're reading Twitch chat only. Well, then how am I reading yours right now? I wonder. Not true.
All right. This dude's dead.
Ooh, okay. Instagib's got a question. Says, "Hey Hugo or Josh, have you had quote Desert Oak barbecue? I went there on a work trip, and the wings there are
Where?
kill demons in life, best in the country. I don't know. Is Desert Oak barbecue in Texas? Is that what we're saying? I've never heard of it. I've never tried it. Give us the Instagib. Give us the info. Where's it at? Desert Oak barbecue. Death Manarino says, Josh, what gun do you abuse in TDA? I mean, again, the beauty is you can kind of main every single one of them. So right now in my Pandemonium run, I'm using Impaler the most. Look at that. Easy mode. And let's go ahead and fix that head. There you
Dead.
go. Easy. Accelerator. Best gun?
Aviary
Might be
unlocked.
best gun.
Clear the Slayer's launch pad.
That was designed by Callan Yeller.
It's our buddy
Big shout
Colin.
out to Matt Shimmer, Ava, and everyone involved at the Kevin, Daniel, all of the amazing designers on our AI team.
Holy City, let's go.
And animators, Peter, Ashmala, and that whole crew. Those guys rock. And rigging, because rigging this stuff is not easy.
True.
Doug, Waylon, the whole gang. Hamed, David. Oh, jeez.
You're like, oh, geez, I'm flying. Oh, you need to invert it? Yeah. I was like, immediately, you're going to be like, that's wrong. Somebody was asking, Veggie on YouTube is asking, I'm running into a bug on Chapter 9 where the health essence isn't counting towards progression. I'm stuck at 99. I think that's one of the ones we were looking into because there's a couple ones for bugs, like for trophy stuff that we're bugging that we're looking into, but if you don't see it after the next update goes out, holler at me on Discord, wherever, Reddit, any of those places. End spawn shadow.
That was recorded.
Yeah, that's right. You can just turn it off, so you're just flying straight through. End spawn shadow asks, Josh, could you ask Hugo if he will ever release the Doom Bible, or will he ever show how
Wait a
big
minute.
hell truly is?
What the hell happened to the cinematic?
Which one? You haven't gone
We didn't
outside
even-
yet. Oh,
No, I didn't
the
watch
opening
the
one.
cinematic.
Did you not skip it? I didn't even notice. Restart from the
That was crazy.
beginning. Yeah, that one.
Chat, did I skip that?
You might have, because I
Did you-
mean,
chat, did you
Yeah, did we
you
see a
watch me
skip?
skip it? Did I hold
he
it
skipped
down
it. He
to
skipped
skip
it. He says you skipped it. Chat
Am I
saying you
having
did.
like a, like a senior moment here?
I think it's just like you're so used to going like, yeah, get to the action. Yeah,
Okay.
we skipped it. Tell us,
So
grandpas, if we
I
skipped
actually
it.
held down A and skipped this.
And totally forgot that we did any of that.
Jeez. Colin is like Colin. Shout out to Colin James, Justice Kirpin, Monty, Taylor, everybody involved with the cinematics here. Ernesto, Todd, Boyd over in VFX and his whole crew. Everybody murdered it. So I am selecting my dragon, or calling my dragon, and I love this. Like, these two wimpy little dragons think that they're big enough for me to ride, but if you read the lore about Surratt, you know, the Slayer is the only one that he will let ride him. Wounded in battle.
And way cooler looking for it. My God. Surratt's design is sick.
It is sick. We're going to make a few adjustments to Surratt's gameplay loop in an update. Some minor, kind of like what we did with the Atlan. Adjusting the combo meter. We're going to make a few little adjustments to the parry loop. Make that a little faster and more intuitive for first-time players. Once you know what to do, it's fast. But if you don't know what to do and it's your first time logging into this, I've definitely seen people bang off this a little. It's kind of like with the Atlan, like just making it so the combo meter could be sustained. They got a lot of really positive feedback. Shout out to Marcus for that adjustment. And we have a few minor adjustments for those that are not getting the design of the dragon on their first time playthrough. But this is the little increase the spectacle and then give you a little break from all the action of the Slayer, give you a different
Which one we get?
Sick animations. Yes. Shout out to the figurine version of this beast. So fucking cool.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
we need a figure. Yes.
I know.
We need a figure that they will not give me for free. You know?
I think that I'm just gonna say I talked to again my buddy Amber and at DPI / the gear store, and it might be a thing that's being thought about right now. So we'll see.
Dude, chat, how sick would a Surratt figure be?
Which one do you think? The breathing fire one is like the most iconic, right? Taking down
Right?
the Titan, yeah. Because I know for the like smaller ones, well, actually they're not that small. The U2s, they have a Surratt right now. That's on, I think, not even
like-
pre-sale. I think it's being sold right now. It's pretty big. I think it's kind of like the size of these ones, the numbskull ones. It's like around that size, maybe a little bit smaller than the numbskull ones. That's the zombie soldier from Eternal. I love that guy. Shout out to the dude she's the reference of. Who is this? The Davy Doom says, can you report to the dev team one minor annoyance? When you push the touch button, and maybe you're talking about on PlayStation, it stays on the last menu that you used and not on the map every time by default. It should be that way. It might be by design, but I'll check in and see. I think it's supposed to be the last one that you were in and not just the map every time you hit the touchpad on PlayStation.
Right. So the universe of Doom has always been just totally out there. I mean, you know, when you think about chainsaws and shotguns and BFGs and Marines fighting demons, you know, and if this is our Army of Darkness, you know, it's our third time around, just being able to explore the Slayer's past and all this cool stuff that he used to do. It's a joy. I have to tell you, creatively, I think I speak for everyone on the team. It is a joy to make this game. Like, it really is. It's just fun. Like coming to work every day and being like, yeah, we're gonna work on the, you know, Mecha Dragon today. It's not to say that it doesn't come with its challenges, you know, but like, it's just really, I can't think of a better place to work than it. It's just extremely fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows in every single part of this, where it's like the demons, like they give so much character, they're so fun, they're so different. The guns are insane. It's like
I tell the team all the time, the audience will only care. They'll never care more than you do. Like, you know, so we have to care about this a lot. And if we do, they'll know it. They'll feel it. when they play it, and a ton of care was taken. We talk about that at all our team meetings. You know, like just if you want to be a good creative, the secret sauce to making something good is you just have to care. You just have to like to give an S.
Yep.
And you know, the team at it, everybody involved, just cares a whole lot about this stuff because we know that you do.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, you know. And you look at the design put into all these different, you know, elements in the game. Just want it to feel awesome. All right, Josh. We are
Oh
about
man.
to-
So are we doing this fight with the Accelerator or the Skull Crusher? What are we thinking?
Oh, we're doing it.
Nice. Nice.
We're gonna see what this guy's got to offer.
I like it with the Accelerator because exactly, there's a lot you can fit in between there. All right, phase 1 down. Oh my, bit spicy. The heat blast. Oh, I thought I was wondering if it got too greedy with the third one
I
because
did
I was
get
like,
too greedy. I always get a little greedy.
yeah, he's a good test.
It's very Dark Soulsian in that like you can't get too greedy because the game will punish you.
Yeah, it's like how many swings can you fit in before you're like, that was too many. That was one too many. I love that quick animation of throwing the shield and breaking his arm off. I never get sick of that. Oh my, oh my. Okay, I mean,
Right.
that was heated up. Did you get the, you already got the gold, so you're good, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I saw somebody ask me in chat if we're doing numbskulls for Dark Ages. I don't think it's in the plan right now. Again, little industry background knowledge. So numbskull stuff is the stuff that goes in the sell-through.
Best animation ever.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the one that we should do the statue of, right? It's that and that.
Oh yeah, chat, right? Him breathing fire.
That's the one. But numbskulls are tougher to do because the amount you have to sell, and then you have to sell them at stores and stock and everything. So I think with this one, we're starting with the minis. As you saw in the one we showed before, we've got the Mini Slayer collectible is up first for Dark Ages. So, and that'll be on the gear store. And then the U2's one we've already seen out there. There's the Slayer and Surratt right now. You can get both of those. So I think we're starting there, and then we'll build. So we'll see from there. But I don't think we're doing numbskulls this time around, at least not right now. Even though I love them too, and I have them all. They're all sitting near me right now.
Big fight coming up here.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about that I did dumb stuff and lost at least one life on Pandemonium, and I was like, oh, here we go. There's where his neck goes.
Broke his neck.
Crack-a-lackin'. All right. This is a good set of little waves in this Gore nest fight here. I like this one. I hope you like taking down Pinky Riders, because you got a couple.
I love doing this.
Yeah, just
Like wait until the shield comes back.
No more Rider. All right. Let's see the distance. Okay, melted him, so that was easy.
So right there, right before I went in for the glory kill, I hit him. I released the trigger, and that's like a super advanced technique that I don't think Mayo or any of the chatters can do. Any
It's
of
Gen
the
X
YouTubers
only.
can do.
Yeah, you're right.
That's right. Pretty advanced stuff.
Also, like you were talking about, I think it was in the last stream, shout outs to the sound team, because the sound effects of when the accelerator is about to run out of ammo and you have that rising pitch.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. The sound design team, this project, absolutely killed it. I think the sound of all the weapons, the crunch, everything, so much work was done by David and his whole team to make that stuff, feel good. I mean, we say, like, all the power, like, it kind of takes everybody, but certainly, like, the animations, the sound, it just feels so good. I was having a ball playing this all day Sunday, which is certainly...
Oh,
I mean,
speaking...
I'm always, like, air quote testing.
Right. Or just, warming up, getting ready for the stream, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Checking out the new tunables, the active tunables, seeing how stuff's going. But speaking of, what's happening on Friday, right? You know what comes out?
I'm going to be recovering from our launch party.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You are. But also a little game called Elden Ring Night Rain. Did you get to play in the network
dude.
test?
I did not. Was it good?
Bro. Yeah, it's so weird because it's such a cool experiment in the fact that it's the opposite of everything that you naturally play a FromSoft game, in the sense of like, you know, usually get the environmental storytelling, so you're kind of like having your fights and then you're, you know, looking around, you know, smelling the flowers, reading all the lore, everything you can get your hands on with items. And this is like speed run, the zone is closing all the times. At all times, you know, you have classes instead of, and when you level up, you're straight just like putting a number up and it just adds all your stats. You're not doing any customization. It's awesome. It's really good. So I'm really looking forward to
that's so good to hear.
Week.
I mean, come on, that's a team that just delivers, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if you
want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Say it. I want to hear it.
We want to try to do that. I mean, we work really hard to make sure that we're a team that you guys know are going to deliver just a fun, good experience. Got to be able to count on us, chat.
Yeah. I think I read an interview the other day with Miyazaki that said, you know, it's so hard in this day and age to do like the risk-reward thing because of the dev cycle of everything. But their idea with both Duskbloods, which was that kind of like VR style one they announced for Switch 2, and then for this one, for Night Rain, for the Elden Ring kind of spin-off, was get a small team already using some existing stuff and spin it up as quick as you can. As far as, I think their dev cycle was like maybe like 3 years or something, not the normal 4 or 5, using existing assets. And then this is where they give a chance to a junior dev to be like game director in a smaller team and just see like, again, the price is lower. It's just like everything is like really smartly designed where it's like, we can take this risk because it's just the right amount of time, just the right amount of price, just the right amount of everything to see if this works, because Elden Ring was such a success, right?
Right, absolutely.
So it's a cool
Josh, you were
experiment.
saying that this was one of your favorite levels when you were playing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I will never get over, I mean, again, old head here, so played all these games, you know, on the day all of them came out, and the amount of how much I will never not be in awe of the fact that you're riding on a dragon in third person, having those like cool gameplay moments, flying around all in real time, and then the fact that you can land, immediately get off of Surat and be on foot, and then have depth to things like the Hell Riders, like blows my mind, and I will never not be impressed more with what's going on in this level. I'm not saying, again, I love the level design. I think Siege is peak. We can talk about that when we get to Siege, but the on-off dragon stuff, the third-person, first-person stuff, without a loading screen, without some kind of like, please hold, I have to load in the game world around you with what's going on with scale, like that is ludicrous what you guys did to make that seamless.
Yeah, and you feel like a hero.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love, is you just feel like an action hero as you just like leap off these buildings, you know, and out of these ships that you just tore apart. That's really it. It's like, look, it's a short experience, so like we can't necessarily chalk it, you know, load it up with all these layers of attacks and stuff like that, because when we were testing it, people just don't figure that stuff out. But like,
and it can't like outstay its welcome, right?
Right, exactly. But it's, you know, to take this layer to incredible places and feel fast. I mean, I'm just like speed running this level.
Yeah.
And that's like, we all know that the super shotgun in this game does work.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so we're gonna focus on, and I do love that gun, we'll focus on it later. Peter Sokol's like, dude, what? But I do just want to give the love to
Accelerator.
Accelerator.
It's
That is my favorite gun.
It is a rad gun.
And I like it.
I mean, I feel like the biggest challenge in the Accelerator, making it as good as it is because you guys have a cycler, a dual barrel, so it's always tough to be like, it's the same, you know, whatever you want to call it, like contract you make. When you make the super shotgun, you're like, well, how is the combat shotgun good? And then you guys are like, well, it can shoot 3 at a time, it can light people on fire, and it's like, okay. It's actually but
well, and it's got a spread to it. I mean, that's something that we don't normally have in our games, and I think you know, just making it a gun that requires a little bit more skill to control, and then via upgrades you can enhance it. You know, it's one of my favorite parts about it. Yeah, shut that dude off. Look at it.
Kosai Akese says we need more Doom games. I mean, we're doing the best we can. There's been a couple of them in the last few years. Turns out, but I agree. I mean, there could always be more. Oh, look at this one.
He loves Surratt.
Yeah.
I think the statue should be of Surratt with the staff through his neck. Oh man. Dude,
Oh my God, savage! No.
Too soon.
Oh God.
That would be wrong.
Oh God.
That'd be wrong. Dude, watching people's reaction to that moment was just.
Oh, and the playthroughs. Oof.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and look,
That's what it was designed to do. No, I mean,
like, but that, when you think about it, that was the, and I saw Midnight's breakdown of this, and a lot of the fans in Reddit totally got it. The Slayer's strength is his rage.
right.
So when Azric makes that critical error and really just pisses him off. I mean, that's the thing, is like, he was winning.
Yeah.
He was a little bit too strong for the Slayer until he got a little bit ahead of himself.
That's right.
And made the fatal mistake of pissing the Slayer off a little too much.
Yeah.
And then that's what got him wrecked in the end.
Yep.
Because his and so when we see at the end of the story, when there is the They Are Rage 2016 iconic moment that we put in there, that is what that is. That, like, what am I doing?
Yeah, you're going that way.
That is when he finally becomes the Slayer that we know him to be at the start of Doom 2016. Throughout the story, he's been enslaved and he's, taken orders, and it's not until
I like the Skull Crusher for this segment. Use whichever one you want.
Too far.
That he goes.
That he's like, you know what? Now I'm really pissed.
Yeah.
And they're all gonna pay, because now he's just hovering in hell.
Yeah, the ending is. I love just the idea that he's up there on his own, just staring down. It's just like everything's a target. Yep. Love that. Baba Yaga of hell.
That's right. Yeah, the accelerator's no good. Definitely not a good gun.
Also, wait, just go back to that area where he just did that. Let's talk about the persistent gore. It's a really good area because, like, look at this Jackson Pollock you just made on the floor.
That's right.
It's
Chat,
beautiful.
we worked really hard on this.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys said you wanted persistent gore. Shout out to Nick, Nicholas Clark, and the whole Gore team, everybody involved, because this was not easy. Jason Martin, different groups.
Yeah.
Are there any more paintings in here?
Oh yeah, there's a couple, I think.
This has a secret message.
Oh,
Chat,
really?
Yeah. It's something about William Bow, and I'm just kidding.
William's like, did I?
All right, let's get. Emerson, is there any good paintings in here? I want to look at more art.
I know there's one in the other secret room that we already came out of, the one that we got the Surratt in. I think there's at least one in there.
Not taking the time to take in all the breathtaking art, chat.
I'm telling you. Especially in these
Chat,
like Sentinel spaces.
How you feeling, chat, about the accelerator? Is it getting the work done?
Let's hear it.
Am I changing people's opinions, chat, or did you already know?
Bobby Blue Holiday said, "Touche, Hugo. You got me real good just then." I don't even know what he's referencing, but you got him. So that's all that matters. All
right, I'm out of juice here. We're gonna have to hit these Hell Knights with the stuff.
Accelerator feels mid until you upgrade it. Well, that's fair. I mean, every gun before it's upgraded is useful, but obviously the upgrades
they can't
to the
all
power
be the
fantasy.
super shotgun out the box.
Right. Yep. Warpo says, "I love it, and I don't even own the game."
Right. Warpo, you got to get on that, Warpo.
I know. Come on, Warpo. Let's get you. Halifax19 says, "Accelerator was always awesome. I already know. My GOAT weapon." Damn. Look at that love.
That's right. That's a man who knows his medieval weaponry.
Yeah, like, you remember you look in the history books, you're like, Accelerator. It's right there next to the flails and the swords. There's Accelerator. Okay.
Dude, the ricochet on the shield is...
Oh, it's the satisfaction. Yeah, it's there.
It is so good. All right, this dude's going down. Oh, he's not here?
Oh, he's in the next one, yeah. Yeah, this one's the clear one, because you
Dropping
already...
out like a superhero, Josh. Look at this. Bam!
Catches it. Surratt's the goodest boy.
Secret.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go down to the center of the spire and do the
Yeah.
one down there. That's a good one.
Look
you
at this
doing the-
art.
Bro, I know.
Christ's sake.
Legitimately, there's so much stuff.
Ryan
that you
Watkins, do you mind that I'm here right now? I don't know. The placement of these props.
can-
guys.
maybe shoot
Wait,
them.
do they
shoot 'em
break?
out. They don't break. All right, it's a bug.
Jeez,
Fix it.
Ryan.
Remove it. All right, look at this though.
I
Look at
put it
this
on
though.
Hey, we can kill guys.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, I'm actually getting.
I was like that vagary. No matter how big you are, they're willing to fight.
What am I doing? I keep thinking that I'm in the center.
No, you're going. You gotta
Let's
go
just
around to the
appreciate
left.
the psycho-ness of
I'm
our art
telling
team.
you, dude. The scale of
Like,
this.
I'm just consistently inspired.
Mhm.
Oh jeez, by the people that I get to work with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I'm having like another scene.
Yeah, you're going that way, and then you gotta go around.
Totally forgot that we are not in the center.
Yeah, we were on like the corner of it right now, and then you can pop into the. Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
I want to.
Now you got it.
Want to do the.
Yeah, the secret one is a good one. Lurker, I don't even know how to say this person's name. They persistently are asking this question, so I don't know if it's answerable, but Hugo, who do you think pissed the Slayer off most between in the whole series? Devoth, Samur, Azric.
Azric. It ain't even close.
There you go. I mean, took out Surratt, so you know.
Yeah. That was his mistake. He's like the Hulk. You don't want to make him angry.
Yeah.
He's already very angry.
That's true. He doesn't need the extra, but
I like how Chad picked up on, how he gracefully tried to pull Fira off the pedestal. There's a lot of storytelling going on there with just in terms of the way that he tried to do that.
I like how vague you just made that. Chat right now is probably just like theories. They're just typing. I think this. Let's see. The Lone Painter says, when are we meeting the Wretch?
People ask a lot about that.
Yeah.
I do. Can't give anything away.
Yeah.
But let's see.
There you go. You gotta be this tall to ride. Oh, there you go.
All right. And there be gold in this here facility. Oh, jeez.
Somebody called you daddy in chat. Just wanted to let you know. I think that's a status symbol, and I think it's good in the modern days. I hear Pedro Pascal is both daddy and zaddy, so if you're on one of those scales, I think you're doing something right.
I feel like there's like a little bit of. I was hearing this morning because I love Pedro Pascal. There seems to be a little bit of Pedro Pascal.
Oh, like fatigue? Oh, get real. No such thing. It is funny though, because dude, when I saw one of the movies, I swear to God, he was in like 3 out of the 4 trailers. 0 complaints here, but he's in everything right now. It's good for him.
He is in everything.
Yeah.
Well, people said that too. About like different people and who was the other one? Wait, I hear something right now.
Oh, did you already get the? Wait, did you go? You went to the other side that I didn't even see, and you got the.
I gotta get
the weapon skin. Or no.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get IT to. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna open the door because it's getting toasty in here.
Oh yeah.
Let me the door.
All right. Bet. Welcome behind the scenes. Here, let's see it in a 2-shot. Look at that. It's actually kind of cool because again, where Hugo is sitting, the set that we normally shoot stuff at is behind him, and this is like the other angle. All right. I think we need to I'll wait until he puts his headset back on. He's getting a little fit check. What's his shirt? Is it a Macross shirt or is it a Gundam? Oh, you have a Gundam shirt on today? I didn't see.
I do. I have.
Which one? Oh, the Macross. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's it. Hell yeah. I think we need to talk to Marty to talk to the facility person to make sure the AC stays on longer for the nights that you're here. I think we need to do that. Because when I was there with Chris, we were setting stuff up for that stream that we did, the early access one. It was like 100 degrees in there. We were like sweating, losing our minds.
We're gonna need to. And chat, this room is sick. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we are fully set up here. None of this.
Oh yeah.
You know, me doing this out of my, office.
Plugging the USB into a mayonnaise jar. None of that.
That's right.
We're doing it for real this time.
Drinking out of mason jars, which chat seems to be so obsessed with.
Yeah, they
drinks water out of a mason jar.
It's like, doesn't everybody? They're like, absolutely not. It's sacrilegious. Okay. Oh man. Joe's Gunpla Garage, which, I mean, they have Gunpla in their name on YouTube, so you know they're serious. Ask the question.
You're in the chat right now?
Yeah.
Gunpla Garage, can you hook us up? You sound like you work at a place that has some of that stuff.
Yeah, give us some of that, so we can never build it. They ask, what's Hugo's favorite Gundam series?
00. And if I'm saying that right, 0000. Yeah, from a design perspective, at the time of Pacific Rim, that was kind of like the hot series. And I watched that quite a bit, both as a source of inspiration for the project, but also because it looked awesome. And I still think that those, look, the Sasabi, or I'm gonna say that wrong. Like, there are so many great designs. I'm not saying that there aren't better ones, and I love some of the classic ones, but I just think that like most of what's in the 00 series is my favorite.
Is peak? Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good.
And I have a couple of Macross kits also, and just haven't gotten around to messing with that stuff. Yeah. Listen, if it's sci-fi and robotic,
chances are. Yeah, I know, because somebody asked, who was that? Gay Vulture on Twitch says, you ever watch Evangelion? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like all up on, like, I love the design of all of them. So like, either one, of course, like that's the Ferrari of all.
It really is.
Next, but I'm not like someone who's watched all the movies and stuff. I'm just generally get to the parts where they beat the hell out of each other. But
I mean, that was a cool.
But
one
actually, 00 to me was the show that I also got into. Although I thought it was just so funny how often they would say Gundam. It just
like,
seemed to be a thing,
inside of the show Gundam, like how often they would say the word Gundam.
They would always say Gundam in a very dramatic way, which I thought was really, really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an element of camp to all that stuff.
Oh, for sure. Really for sure.
I hope that Netflix just continues to, and all the streaming services, like, support animated films and series. Like, there was a run there where Netflix just had some really good stuff.
Yeah. I actually saw somebody in chat. Who was that? God, I don't know if I can scroll. There we go. Mr. Sunshine 40 said, Josh, have you been watching Watanabe's new show, Lazarus, supposedly set in the Cowboy Bebop universe? I don't know if it's in the universe. It could be, but yeah, I've been watching it. It's very good. It's a weird thing where, like, I mean, IGN covers a lot now, right? Like, they cover, obviously, games, but then they do even, like, have you seen they do reviews for, like, every show and every episode of anything that's popular now? Like, they just do it for everything.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so some, like, I think they did it on the first episode of Lazarus. They give it, like a 4 or a 5 or a 6, and I was like, when Shinichiro Watanabe is making a new series, I don't care what you think about it, it's an 8 to a 10. Like, we should be so lucky that this guy is still making anime. So they gave it like something low, and yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, is Bebop better? Sure, but again, just like anything that's your first or your favorite, like,
right.
It's okay to be biased and think that that's true. But Lazarus is cool. I like that one right now. That one's.
I just got the manga for Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, nice.
One, and because I've never watched, I watched a little bit of the show, so I figure, like, how do I want to? It's on my list of, like, to-dos, because it's one of those shows that, like, came out while I was busy with something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really got a chance. So I picked up book 1 and I'm gonna try to go. Chat, Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah,
approved,
let's hear it,
thumbs up,
chat. Let's hear
everybody?
it. See, it's an interesting one too because there was the manga, and then they were making the anime so fast they surpassed the manga. So then after the anime was done, which had a different ending, the book finished, and then they went back and made one called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's like the de facto one. It'd almost be like if they went back and made the last season of like Game of Thrones after George finally finishes the books to be like, this is what actually happened. So, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, a lot of love in chat. It's good. It's really good. It's funny, man. Like, that was one of those anime that when I was watching it, the first, like, I can't remember. There's always that one episode. I think it was like episode 7. I can't remember what number it was in Full Metal Alchemist where you're like, is this for kids? Do I like this? And then something happens in one episode and you're like, oh my God. This is so dark. This is so good. I'm all in. And they have a really good episode for that.
Oh wait! Oh my goodness. Let me read.
Some chat, Ruski? Yeah.
Yeah. So Brotherhood, FMA Brotherhood. Everybody's saying that's amazing.
Yeah. So Brotherhood is again like it's the second time they made the anime because it's the one that actually followed the manga because the first time they were making the anime series, they passed the manga, so they had to kind of do their own thing at the end. So it's like
chat,
the more accurate
Naruto
one.
is also on my list, which
Oh,
is
that's
embarrassing.
Dude,
again.
it's too long. I'm gonna save you from that one. Naruto has some good stuff. Sorry, chat. It's too long. They do too much like filler. It's one of those ones where if somebody gives you like Reddit probably has the super version where it's like only watch these 700 episodes. You can skip the other 300, and it's like, yeah, do that. But it's also Naruto's okay. I don't know. Sorry, chat. Some good characters, but.
What else we got here? Okay, so hey Hugo, you've asked me this, Flynn Solo 66. Okay, hey Hugo, would y'all ever consider making a Halo 3 ODST style Doom game that puts the player in the perspective of the UAC ARC soldiers, the Sentinels with the classic Doom Marines from the 7th dimension? I've totally thought about doing that. Just so that's not like an announcement of future game, like just something that as you build the world, then you create all this fiction around what happened, and of course the soldiers have a story. I mean, if you play through Eternal, you see the remnants and the clues to the battle that they had, the smaller assault mechs that they used, how they all got wrecked. So there is obviously like a lot of environmental storytelling there. And as I said, like if people like what you make, then as you lay down all this fiction and all this background information and give the world like a real history, then yeah, I mean like that's you have to kind of think it through as you make this stuff. Like, okay, this is how the battle went. They got wrecked. They used mechs. So I think all that stuff is super interesting. Not at all even remotely an announcement of anything, but just saying that, like, of course that stuff, that story is there, you know, in the world, for sure. So I hope that answers your question. It'd be funny if he just copy pasted that question just again, because he's posted it like several times.
Gotta get it through, man. Yeah.
That's right. No, I'm glad you were persistent. I'm happy to answer that question. Yes. The chain shot weapon skin is comically sized red boxing glove. Oh my God, a red boxing glove for the chain shot. My God.
That would be, it'd be
Transinator, that is amazing.
Wouldn't that be like almost like
God.
a Goonies reference to the one that Data had in his jacket where it just came out and it was a boxing glove? Bless you.
That is like the best thing I've ever. We have to do that.
That'd be so
my God.
good. It'd be hilarious. Just bonk.
That would be
bonk.
so funny. Will we ever get a Doom Bible? I'd love to. You know, like, again, the stories are all there.
Yeah.
All the fiction is there laid out. So let's jump back into this.
Let's do it.
Game and kick some butt.
We only have the one more hell carry to do, the one that's like on the... Yeah, I think if we turn around, yeah, we got that one more to do that we go down for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, same question. Brandoc 1999 says, Doom comic book? I mean, man, if we had time, with the art team we have, we can make an amazing Doom comic book series, but you know,
Chat, what would be your preference, a series on Netflix or a movie?
Ooh.
And, okay, 2 questions, series or
Ooh.
movie, and then animated or live action.
Okay. Series or movie, animated or live action. First answer is series on Netflix, series. I'm seeing some people saying film. A lot of people are saying animated series. A couple people are saying live action, but a lot more are saying animated. It's
Right,
definitely a little
time
split
period.
between. Oh, okay. This is the best question in it. So if we're
Yeah,
talking about,
what-
let's say we're doing an animated series. By the way, we're not doing any of this right now. This is just a hypothetical question.
That's right. Just asking you what you guys think.
Just asking.
What time period? You want to do Dark Ages? You want to start it chronologically, or do you want to follow? Would you want to follow like, 2016 to Eternal to Dark Ages, or would you want to start with his time with the Sentinels?
Yeah, I want to know. Let's see. I'm seeing a why not both. I'm seeing some love for between 2016 and Eternal. Some people are saying you can start all the way with 93, which again is interesting because of how unexplored it is at this point, I guess. Chronologically from the beginning, yeah, a lot of chronologicals being thrown out here.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying just to make sure that people could be the most familiar with the whole series, just starting at the beginning.
Right.
But
I would agree
chronologically,
with that, Chad.
wouldn't we start with Dark Ages? Is that
No, we'd to the point that they're making, we'd start with like 93 doom or something.
right?
You know how he got sucked into the portal, chose
Yeah.
to stay in hell, and then
Makes sense.
popped out of a portal one day in the world of Argentinor.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, Doomslayer 87 on Twitch says, after Doom 64, allow us to watch his training with the Night Sentinels. That'd be cool. Yeah, also saying between 64 and Dark Ages, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, that's a good shout out. Halifax19 on YouTube says, animated series like Cyberpunk Edge Runners start from Doom 2, 64, Dark Ages, 26 Eternal. I mean, did you get a chance to see Cyberpunk Edge Runners by Trigger?
Did not.
Holy.
I heard it was freaking awesome.
It is. I mean, I feel like Arcane, the series by that French studio, and then Into the Spider-Verse and the team at Sony that's doing that stuff, like, they're pushing animation so far, but Studio Trigger it's like them and Mappa in Japan are kind of like peak right now. It's kind of like old Gainax
Right.
when they just like everything they do is just perfect looking and really, really cool, and they hit action and they do it so well. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is, I put that on the list for sure. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah,
It's
people
really good.
love that show.
Yeah. I mean, I am seeing a little bit of love, not as much, but live action. I mean, I have we all obviously have a soft spot in our heart for when anybody tries to take something like this into the live action spot. We did the 2016 commercial, the Fight Like Hell commercial, which a lot of love for that. That commercial rules.
But it ain't easy.
No, it's not. It's really
And I think,
hard.
chat, we would be able to do more. I'm with you on animation. And listen,
Yeah.
the whole art team at id, I think, would love. I mean, come on, man. Like everything we all talk about, like it'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Here's another question. This is a question for chat. In this hypothetical Netflix series world that we're living in right now. So we talked about Studio, Trigger, and then Mappa. Obviously, again, in Japan, hard to mess with them. In America, we've got the studio that did the Castlevanias, all of them. Most recently, Nocturne was the last one. Did you get a chance to watch any of that? Because it was really good. I like that one a lot.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah. What do we think about keeping it? I want to say they're even in Texas. Maybe they're in Austin. I could be wrong about that. Chat, correct me if not. Is that okay? I'm seeing a lot of Trigger or nobody at all. Okay, look, I get it. I love Studio Trigger too, man. Also, Madhouse is Bobby Blue Holiday. Madhouse. So Madhouse is, by the way, the studio that did all of Satoshi Kon's stuff. So like Paranoia Agent, Millennium Actress, Paprika, Tokyo Godfathers. I love Madhouse. Are they still actually a studio? I haven't seen a thing they've done in like a million years. I don't know if they're still around. And then, of course, Noah Lance on YouTube is saying Blur Studio would be great.
I used to work at Blur.
I was going to say, know a few people that work there still.
Yeah, I worked at Blur for many years. I know all the guys there.
Yeah, shout outs to them for their Secret Level series on Netflix. It was really cool.
All right. Oh, can we max this out yet? We can't.
I don't think we can
But
do it until, yeah, a couple levels more.
let's
Ancestral
keep giving
Forge,
the
I think.
love.
Yeah.
All right, the pulverizer is gonna get nasty now.
Oh, man. Is
We
it
gotta
it's
give
all
a little
sped
love
up?
to our melee.
Yeah, true. What's the next one we got for it? Oh, yeah.
The shock.
You
Yeah,
got
I
to.
love the. I'm a gauntlet guy.
Power
Like,
Gauntlet
I
all the
really-
way. I love it, dude.
Oh yeah,
Keep going.
and then
Give it one more. You can give it one more if you want.
through an extended reach against fodder. Should we?
Oh, yeah, we should do some of those for Shield, too.
No, I just want to max this out.
Yeah. I feel like that plus Accelerator, there's just so much electricity. That feels like a
dude,
good
I'm-
synergy right there.
Look, and let's just go all the way. We got the 4th hit here, so we're just gonna start leveling chat
Let's get
with
it.
the accelerator.
That's right. Show them how it's done.
It's gonna be sick.
Exactly.
All right.
Stop immediately.
Bang.
Get a little bit of that going. Give them a taste. Just warming it up right now. Alright. It's got the heat blast. Oh, we lost the charge. Oh, never happened. Should we?
We're
I like how
doing,
you just-
that was a bug. That was a bug,
We'll
chat.
fix it next time. Don't worry about it.
That bug will be removed from the game, I swear. By the way, chat, when we say that, somebody in a Reddit thread was like, he's even calling out when there's bugs. I'm like, no, that's when I die.
It's like you have to realize.
That's the shtick.
It can't always be that I'm dying from skill. It has to be a bug, as you know.
That's right. Every death is caused by a bug.
Mm-hmm.
You all know that.
Every bug begins with B. There's a song in there somewhere.
Look at that guy. Look at it. He's got no arms.
Get behind him, get behind him, get behind him. Oh, the swipe is nasty, though. All right.
I was just about to wreck that dude.
I know, he was all heated up. He was ready for every piece of that thing to just get shielded.
I like leaving him there. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things in development, you know, people would ask me, they're like, hey, are you okay with the fact that these characters, you know, given the way this is set up, are not going to have arms sometimes?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's the best thing in the world. It should never change.
Exactly.
Nothing makes me feel more powerful than just rendering a Mancubus armless for the entirety of the fight.
Exactly. It's the best.
I do think I'm going to have to kill him in order to make the encounter.
Yeah, you might have to. Ooh, see, you almost got in that. Okay, you're good. You got out of it. I was worried you were going to get in that situation where you thought you had one more swipe and then he was going to turn and bite us. All right, let's go collect some HP. Let's get some fodder. Get some
All right, I
shield
will
bash.
admit that the...
Yeah.
All right, we're going to switch to the other gun.
Pulverize?
Well, the...
Alright, get that shield out there. Okay, let's get behind him, but not too close, because man, that little, whatever you call it, little like foot stomp he does is deadly. Alright, that was nice. We gotta get out of the goo, brother. There we go. Nice, that heat right there. Come on, you better get it, son!
Damn it!
What are you doing?
He was on a ledge!
Oh my god. The space. Alright,
He
hold
was
on.
on a ledge and I couldn't do
You
it.
got it. Heat blast. Heat him. Heat him up. All right, there we go.
Right,
there we go. Oh, dude, you made me nervous there for a minute. I thought you were trolling me.
He happened to be on a ledge. Now that is a bug. It's not quite a bug, but sometimes when AI or well, it's sort of
The
a bug.
two different
When AI are
surfaces?
on a, yeah, when they're on a ledge,
Yeah.
that could screw things up. All right, Azric and his teammate here. I think Slayer looks sick with his glowing eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. it's cool too because you get to see the difference of before and after with that, which is tight. And then you get to see all the different skins have different visors that you can see more and less through some of them. So I like messing with those too.
Chat like Azric. You guys think he's a good
bro.
villain?
I've seen so much
He's the
love
first
for his
real
armor.
villain. He's the first real adversary for the Slayer.
True.
Never really had a demon try to stand up to the Slayer before.
How brave.
That's a perfect timing for him to say
Ignite
that.
the charges.
He's I used to say he's the smartest demon in the room. He's very much the Hans Gruber of demons.
I love that. Yeah, I've seen a couple people in chat ask. They want the Doomslayer with no helmet skin. They want to see our
I agree.
boy's face more.
I agree.
Yeah, that would be... Because he looks
So when are we
amazing
hunting
in
down
this.
Hell's High Council? Yep, there is a lot of them out there.
That's true.
So to Colin James,
Mhm.
Justin Skirpin Taylor, the whole VFX team, Todd, everybody involved,
Yeah.
including the freelancers, I just want to say high fives because this right here is bonkers.
Yeah.
That wasn't easy, chat. What you just saw right there, think about it. If we showed that to somebody on the Doom 3 team,
Yeah.
like, hey, we're going to make this in the future, they'd be like, God,
Yeah.
what are you, nuts?
They'd be like, no, you're not.
84%. What did I
Keep
miss?
dreaming, kid. Did we not do the challenges? We weren't really even looking at them.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even doing the challenges. I'm kind of blowing that. I'm not even doing the challenges.
I know. What do you? Before we start, what do you think? Because
Oh,
this
you
is-
want to? Oh, yeah. You're
I
right.
mean,
You're right.
it might be. This is.
Well, that's a long level.
We have to 100% this level. This level's perfect. So
Yes.
should we
And-
save that for next week? You think?
I think so. I
Okay.
think the right chat, because I don't want to rush that one. That's a good one. I'm also, let's be honest,
Yeah.
that's when that's when you have everything.
Mm-hmm.
The game is like, hey, okay, and you're not a black belt yet, but you're
Yeah.
kind of like a purple belt, and a skill check is on the way. And even playing it this weekend, I'm not gonna lie, like I died quite a bit. So
I mean, that's when you have like enough of your kit where morale encounters and stuff starts really pushing you to be like,
Yeah.
you better be doing all the things now because you're gonna have to.
right,
Yeah.
it is the best level in the game. So again, you look at Doom 2, the city levels, how open this is all about that.
Yep.
You know, this is all about an homage to classic Doom. I think Civ 11 really picked up on that, and anybody who's a super fan of the original games. And so, I think this is one of our best levels. We are very proud of it. I'm proud of everybody, you know, at id who worked. Brandon Souders, you know, the whole level design team, Tom Perryman, you know, all those guys.
Yeah.
They just killed it. So, I think it's a good stopping point.
I think so too, just because I feel like starting in and getting dirty in Siege, doing 100% on Siege is just like the best clean start. And I feel like if we started it now, energy with waning and stuff, and like we'd be like, oh, should we stop? And it's like you got to do Siege complete, like 100%.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
on another point,
Yeah.
it's like 89 degrees in here right now. So like it is just getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
So yes, I
Maybe a
agree.
good spot. Okay, so by the way, we haven't talked about schedule a lot because schedule is a little bit of a flux until we get
Yes.
to next month when we'll go consistent every week. But we
Yep.
are doing this next week, same time, which will be 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Oh God, how does this thing work? What date is it? The 3rd of June.
Yes.
The 3rd of June, Tuesday, we'll be right back here, 6 p.m., doing this again. Starting with Siege, which is, again, just the best. So,
Yes. And I'm going away, Chad. I'm going to Europe. So
How about that?
I will be gone for a couple
Pretty
of
cool.
weeks.
Yeah.
And no, it's going to be Josh and I floated the idea of streaming from Europe. That would definitely be not funny to my family.
I was going to say, yeah.
But
your
I
family would be
would
like,
love it.
what are you doing
Yeah.
in there? For how long?
That would be so hilarious.
Yeah.
But no, it's gonna be. I'm pretty excited, and I've never been, so that's gonna be.
That'll be cool.
That's gonna be fun. But
That'd be super cool.
yeah, and then we can't wait to get back to it. But it's been fun, chat.
Yeah, man.
as always. And I've played this game so many times. It's a joy to play every time. I just enjoy seeing all the great work. Which countries? I'm going to France. Little rant. I want to go to the Louvre. That's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there myself because nobody in my family cares. But the
It's like there's no Ninja Turtles guys there. I swear to God, there's modern art.
yeah.
They're like, man,
Well, I don't want to deal with people. Can we go, please? Like, I just want to sit
Not when
there.
you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going there, and Dad's gonna just hang out. But no, it should. And I have no idea. You know, is France the most doomed country? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, you've never
we're
been
going
there.
to. Yeah, so that's gonna be.
We'll find out.
That's gonna be really fun. My daughter has been watching videos, and she's like, "You can't wear any of your branded shirts because they say that makes you look like." And I was wearing a Cthulhu shirt. She's like, "You can't wear like your octopus shirts because we're gonna look like tourists."
And you're like, we are. It's fine. It's natural.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good, but.
Heck yeah.
So fun. You know what, dude? You want to laugh? I'm
Yeah.
just going to go home and play more Doom. That's
what I'm
literally
talking
after
about.
the kids go to bed. That's because I'm ripping through my nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I play tested a lot of Pandemonium, but I want to give Pandemonium, like, of course I never completed it.
Yeah.
I never complete like Ultra Nightmare or any of those things. So
I mean,
I'm working on my way back to that.
But I feel like that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna get through Nightmare, then we'll do Pandemonium.
That's right.
And we'll get through Pandemonium somehow, even though again, I wish you better luck on Holy City. I got through it, and I've been one-shotting everything after that. But like, man, there is that moment when you start to lose a life or two, and then you really realize why there's a 3-life sigil limit,
Right.
and you realize where they're placed and why they're placed there, because you're like, after you die and you get the first one, you're like, so I have to get at least to where the second one is to get that back. Otherwise, that's never coming back.
Right.
And then,
Oh man,
dude, their sweatiness is real with Pandemonium. We'll get there.
changes it a
It's
lot.
good. Yeah, it really
It's
does.
a different, unlike Ultra Nightmare, like
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting experience.
Yeah.
So,
We'll have it.
That was another fun one, man. Love doing
was.
it. Always fun.
Same. So we're gonna get you back into air conditioning out of this room, and then we're gonna get right back here, same time in 1 week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. We'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been super fun. Love y'all. We'll see you guys soon. Keep the fun coming. Keep the hype coming. We're watching your guys' streams, your social, everything. Again, shout out that Hugo pointed out earlier in the stream. Look out for on Slayers Club in the Active Tunables article. We might be doing another Active Tunables, a set of them this week. So look out for social on that, and look out on the Slayers Club for that article, because we'll do some there. And again, update 1 is coming for this game. That's when we'll address as many bugs as we can, humanly possible, in the time that we've had to cook.
Yep.
Maybe some trophies unbugged. We're trying to do all this stuff, so we'll see what we can do. It's coming.
Thank you guys for your support and patience.
That's right.
And keep the feedback coming.
Amen.
You keep playing, we'll keep watching.
That's right. Later, y'all. See us.
See you guys later.